bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town, of New York town. Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town, of New York town.
All right, there we go. What's up, everybody? All right, very eventful start to the stream, if I do say so myself. How's everybody doing, guys? What's up, guys? Again, happy to have all you guys here as always. Dominic, Kyle, everybody, Everything Sports, Aiden, how's it going, everybody? I really appreciate you all chiming in. Something tells me that this night is going to be pretty crazy, honestly. Again, this is completely Walker Watch. That's exactly what it is. It's, if you know Jim from Ball Cap Sports, you know we did a little funny video that I made about it, and I realized I'm going to have my jacket on, so bear with me 1 second. You're seeing jacketless Wardy. I know that's a rare sight. Don't get used to it. But yeah, again, happy to have all my lovely Mets and baseball fans here as always. Brendan, Ryle, Ryan, Scotty, what is up? Lefty, how's it going, everybody? Christopher, I'm doing great. Eli, appreciate you being here with the Jackets here. Jared, all right, guys, again, really appreciate you all as always. So thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate it, guys. Okay. Al, how's it going? Again, thank you all so much. LFGM, absolutely, absolutely. Yo, what's good? What's up, Ryan? How's it going? Again, I appreciate all you guys being here as always. And tonight, we are going to be talking about the guy, the man of the hour, that being Taijuan Walker. Kyle knows very well, a lot of you guys that follow me on social media on Twitter know that I've been very adamant and hoping that the Mets do, in fact, land Walker. Today, as we've seen through Andy Martino, again, it's Martino, so take it as you will, but the Mets are apparently prioritizing Taijuan Walker and are making a push for him. So I figured now would be the time to definitely get out my thoughts on Walker and really just do a Walker watch live stream live with all you guys, and hopefully maybe we can even get him to interact in the chat at some point by really going all out on him on Twitter and just seeing if we'll get any acknowledgement at all. So again, I really appreciate you guys all being here. Hopefully that we can break something together here tonight, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So as always, I'm going to start answering some of your questions here and just reading the comments. So Joe, what's up, buddy? Road to the 2021 ship starts today. Alf Jam, absolutely, Joe. Appreciate you for being here, buddy. Do you want Chris Bryant on the Mets? I would love Bryant on the Mets. I absolutely would. But again, I really appreciate all you guys being here. It means a lot. If you haven't already, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. Help us get to 100 likes for the first short-term goal, and also help us get to 6K subs, guys. It really does mean a lot. And I did state my thoughts on Jed Hoyer. I don't think that there's really too much to that, if you will. But as of now, yes, Chris Bryant is a Cub. So that very well could be the reasoning, because the Mets felt that their asking price was too much. And I have a feeling that's probably the case to an extent. So again, we're going to be talking about everything there is to know with Taijuan Walker, the latest news regarding him. If we find out some information tonight, and who knows, you know, last time that we did a stream, if my memory is not mistaken, that was the Kevin Pillar stream, and that didn't happen until after an hour into live streaming. So take that as you will. So Al, thank you so much for the donation, my friend, guys. Get some hype in the chat for Al. I really appreciate you, my guy. Dono hype as always. Thank you so much, buddy. You know I always appreciate you. I really appreciate all you guys being here as always. The goal for tonight is to definitely try to get Walker trending on Twitter and to see if he can interact with the chat. So if you guys haven't already, if you're on Twitter, make sure that you're tagging Taijuan Walker to possibly mention the stream to see if we can actually get some notice from him. I think that'd be awesome. So again, really appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot. Going to start answering some of your questions here, and then we're going to basically get rolling. And with the Taijuan Walker watch, we're going to be on edge. I'm probably going to stream late tonight for Taijuan Walker to not have a decision, but I'm really hoping that we find out something soon, because it definitely feels that we are going to have answers shortly. Hopefully for our sake as Mets fans and baseball fans, we find out tonight. So what's up, Worry? What's up, Noel? Appreciate you being here, my guy. Again, I appreciate all you guys. Brendan, thank you so much, my friend, guys. Hype in the chat, as always, for Brendan here with the huge $20 dono. I really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. Guys, hype in the chat, as always, for Brendan. I really appreciate you, my guy. You're awesome, buddy. Thank you so much. And again, really appreciate all you lovely Mets and baseball fans chiming in here, as always. I'm just unbelievably humbled to have such an amazing subscribers and yourself and everyone else. So seriously, thank you a lot, guys. I'm jaw dropped by you every single night. I'm streaming, making videos. It's such a great feeling. So let's see here. Next game is starting. Awesome. I hope they win. They have a good chance to win against the Magic. I'm not trying to jinx anything, but looks like something's going to happen. Elliot, thank you so much for the donation too, guys. Hype in the chat for Elliot as well. I'm doing great, buddy. I hope you're doing well too. I'm kind of just preparing myself for how long of a live stream this is bound to be. So bear with me a second. You know, I didn't really get a time to really compose myself. I've been on edge all day, guys. I kid you not. I've had everything set up leading up to this point. I'd be lying if I said I don't have Photoshops already made regarding certain players. So I'm ready. And I really hope we find out something tonight. But again, only time will tell. But we're going to be interacting and doing this stuff together. CD Music, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you being here. Ryan, hype, as always. Willie, Matthew, shout out to Brendan. Absolutely. Again, appreciate all you guys as always. And this is really exciting in my mind. You know, in regards to Taijuan Walker, he's been awesome on Twitter that I've been seeing. I think that he's a great personality overall. And I'm really excited about this, okay? Because even if Walker doesn't land with the Mets, yes, that's going to suck. I really do believe the Mets have a strong chance of landing him from everything that's indicated. But Walker seems like a great guy from everything that I've known about. We actually, on the channel, we are the first YouTuber this year starting the offseason actually do a video on Walker and the Mets. That was my first more hypothetical video where there wasn't actual any reports yet. I just put 2 and 2 together and why it would make sense for them. And here we are months later, and now the Mets have circled back and are really showing heavy interest in or heavily pursuing Walker now. Very exciting times, I must say. Here we have Kyle. Thank you so much as well, Kyle. Hype in the chat, as always, for Kyle. Really means a lot. It's Mets or Jays, it seems. 1 or 2 year deal? Yes, Kyle, I completely agree. I don't think it's going past 2 years. I got to be honest with you. I think that Walker's probably pushing anywhere between 3 and 4, and the Mets and the Jays are probably starting at 1, and whoever budgets to get to 2, I would imagine, and maybe has an option heading into a 3rd year, could be the deciding factor. Again, only time will tell, but yes, it does look like the Mets and the Jays are the front runners. I know that other teams are involved as well, but this looks very awfully similar to the Springer situation, with those 2 teams really being the top dogs as of now. You hope the Mets get Odorizzi and the Jays get Walker. I mean, that could happen. I have to see it to believe it. Let's put it that way. Odorizzi is a guy that I never felt had as strong of a shot with the Mets as I felt with Walker. Because when all the reports that we've seen with Odorizzi with the Mets at least have indicated that, you know, Odorizzi isn't their first option, and he's a guy that they'll basically circle back on, that they talked about through John Morosi a couple weeks ago during the Bauer watch when that was happening, and now the same thing here in regards to Walker. So if they're not prioritizing Odorizzi at that point because they know he's looking for a big contract, then I don't think that's going to happen. I think Odorizzi is in fact going to go to the AL East, however. I do believe that is a strong possibility. Wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, regardless if it's the Jays or not. I think the Jays, the Rays, or the Red Sox all have solid chances of landing Odorizzi possibly. Saw somewhere that Taiwan is into stats, new age technologies, techniques. Could be good working with Hefner. Absolutely. Again, yeah, the Mets definitely have a new age type of analytics group now with Zach Scott and what they're doing here. So if that is in fact something that is enticed by, which I'm sure it is, I think most pitchers nowadays are interested in that kind of stuff, then yes, that could definitely be in the Mets' favor, even though the Jays aren't far off either. They're a team that is very much analytics bound as well and has a great young core group there. Bruiser, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate you, my friend. Guys, hype in the chat for Bruiser. Guys, thank you so much for the donos. You were unbelievably kind. Trust me, that is all going to be put to good use, I assure you. But seriously, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you tremendously. Walker and Rosenthal, then we set, and then Chapman if possible. I mean, Chapman is a pipe dream, but yes, I would love Chapman. Any and every day of the week, I would be all for Chapman. You take a haul, but I think it'd be worth it. Oh, Ryan, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you. Yo, Stark Raven, what's up, my guy? Guys, hype in the chat for Stark Raven Sports. Dude, you have literally been one of my favorite YouTubers over the past couple months. I kid you not. I even watched your latest video today. I believe that was regarding Tampa. Oh, dude, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. You're definitely a guy that I strive to, you know, kind of go follow in your footsteps, if you will, so to speak, with the type of content that you bring out. I love the various content you have and how you present yourself, and I know you're a Mets fan through and through from your Lindor video that I saw, and prior to that, obviously, the whole Wilpons video. Just tremendous job there, guys. So if you haven't subscribed to Stark Raven Sports, make sure you do just that. A tremendous YouTuber. It's just an absolute G. Seriously, appreciate you being here, my friend. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I apologize if I get a little laggy at times, guys. It's just because I'm trying to get the software up and running for the day. Oh, yeah, Taijuan Walker was timed out. All right, someone made a Taijuan Walker account. That was inevitable. I didn't even see what he said. Jack, okay, shout out to Ryan. I appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you so much, my man, for checking this out, for being here. It means a lot. Shout out to Ryan, guys, another diehard Mets fan there. That's awesome. Really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Ricky, don't start with the negativity. Oh, yeah, no, thank you again, Stark. I appreciate you, my guy. You know, definitely down the road, if you're ever interested in collaborating on some content, please hit me up. I definitely plan on working with a lot of other bigger YouTubers going down the road. I'd love to add you on the list if you'd be interested. So seriously, thank you again, my guy. I appreciate it. Keep up the amazing work. You have some of the best up-and-coming baseball content on YouTube, and it's not even close. You wouldn't mind waking up to good news in the morning? Yeah, neither would I. That's for sure. That's for sure. Cruising, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you, buddy. And again, guys, I want to know your initial thoughts. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think that we are actually going to find out an answer tonight in regards to the young 28-year-old right-hand pitcher, not reliever, I don't know why the hell I was going to just say reliever, that being in Taijuan Walker? Let me know your initial thoughts about him. I'd love to hear it. Is he a guy you would prefer over Odorizzi over Walker? Let me hear your pros and cons to the player. I'd love to hear it. And then simultaneously, I will give you my feedback and my stance on Walker currently and where I stand with him. Sean, what's up, buddy? Happy to have you here. Again, happy to have all you guys here as always. I'm actually going to check my phone real quick, guys, because I need to see. Okay, no problem. All right, I just need to double check something. Yeah, and thank you so much, Stark. Again, I appreciate you, buddy. All right, guys. So, yeah, it's just going to be me tonight, it seems. I was originally going to possibly have Jim in, but Jim is feeling under the weather. He actually started getting like a cold last night. So as of right now, it's just going to be me in tonight's stream. So you're going to deal with me rambling for probably 4+ hours, depending on how the night goes. So again, I really appreciate you guys all being here as always. I'm probably going to lag for a second as I'm just trying to exit out of one thing. So I apologize, but that should hopefully help things and prevent things from getting any more laggy. So again, really appreciate you guys. I think we'll know an answer tomorrow. Kyle, I know. I hope that's not the case. Let's put it that way. I really hope it's tonight. Walker will be walking the spring train as Lost Mets. Yes, I know. That would be awesome. I really do think the Mets have a strong chance. It was enticing to see from the reports today. Again, I hope it's not a jinx or anything like that on Martino and others' parts. But, you know, the Mets, with spring training just starting now between pitchers and catchers, now seems like a prime time for them to really try to hone in on getting at least that one final rotation piece. You know, and Walker's a guy that on a lot of opposing teams would be a 2 or a 3 starter. But with the Mets would probably be more of a 4 or a 5, you know, because of just how deep they are, which is tremendous. So I think Walker brings a lot to the table. The guy has 1,000 innings on his arm total. A lot of things to be excited about should Walker land with the Mets and wherever he's going to land. Oh, thank you so much, Dominic. I appreciate you so much, my friend, guys. Hype in the chat for Dominic as well. Both Dominics, actually, I really appreciate both of you guys tremendously. Do you think we need Walker? Because I think we don't need him. Lefty, yes, I would say the Mets need another starter. Let's put it this way. Seriously. All right, thank you so much, Stark. I appreciate you. I'll follow you right back, my friend. I'm sure we'll be in touch soon. But thank you again, buddy. I appreciate you. And guys, again, everyone hype in the chat for Stark as always. And going back to Walker, yes, I do believe the Mets need a guy of Walker's caliber, okay? They need a guy that can at least be a filler in this rotation until Thor's back. And even when Thor comes back, there's still some risks there. Is he going to be fully ready to go? He looked great from what we saw in his bullpen today for pitchers and catchers reporting, but overall you still need to have at least one more guy. And for a team that's been prioritizing depth this offseason, you should absolutely acquire at least one more starting pitcher for sure, because as it is, you're already banking on a lot from David Peterson. When while he looked strong in the shortened season, again, it was a shortened season. He only had a handful of starts. So God forbid if there's a situation where Peterson maybe doesn't start off the season hot, okay, at least you have other guys that can help you out there. And I think one of a Walker, Odorizzi, someone along those lines makes a lot of sense. So, guys, let me know your thoughts. Again, if you're not in favor of Walker, that's perfectly fine. I honestly am in favor of Walker. He's a guy that I've been enticed by for a while. What's up, Bangkok? What's up, everybody? Really appreciate you. Some reported 3 years, 36.3 mine. I think 39 mil. I think that's a strict rumor right now. I haven't seen a physical report to indicate that that is what has been offered from the Mets. Are we going to trade him once Syndergaard is back, or let? I mean, lefty. First of all, you need to land the player first, and secondly, it all depends on how he's playing and how the team is playing. I wouldn't just jump to conclusions right away that should the Mets land Walker and then Thor comes back that you're going to trade him right away. If Walker's rolling, should the Mets land, and the last thing that they're going to do is try to part ways with him. You know, it's a good problem to have. if they get to the point of having the rotation being really solid and then Thor comes in, then that's where you evaluate things. You don't even consider that thought at this point in time when they haven't even landed the player first. So take that as you will, guys. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure to actually tweet at Walker on Twitter. If you guys don't know me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at WardyNYM, as we're going to be doing this thing pretty much all night long for the remainder of the night and trying to get some interaction with Walker, if any, because I know that he has been active on Twitter as of late. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. So, again, we're going to continue the conversation here. We're going to be doing this live to see if anything further comes out during the live stream, possibly like the Pilar live stream, because, again, nothing actually came out until an hour after the fact. So, we'll see what happens, guys. But seriously, I really appreciate you all. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe on as always. Help us get to 100 likes, guys. It really means a lot. We need a lefty. Who do you think? What do I think of Sale? I think Sale is not a guy the Mets are going after. That's what I think. I just don't see that happening at all. The Red Sox are still trying to compete this year, believe it or not. Am I going to any games this year? I have the full intent to go to games this year, yes. Ryan, my day's going great, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Always with the kind words. Mets should trade for Bryant and Dan Winkler, because Winkler is that extra starter that is really good in the bullpen, just like Lugo, which we need because Lugo is hurt. Again, I'm not against that whatsoever. Just from what we're currently seeing, it doesn't feel that Bryant is all as likely as what it originally was. I always like Walker since his Arizona days. Me too, Joe. Me too. You know, and some people were freaking out on Twitter earlier because the Walker was hitting, he was playing golf in Arizona earlier because that's where he stays during the offseason. I believe from actually an interview I saw a little while ago that he enjoyed his time thoroughly during his time in Arizona. So I'm assuming that's where he stays during the offseason. So yeah, don't put too much stock into that because people were like, all right, he's not going to the Mets because he's not in Florida right now. I'm like, that isn't the case at all. If the Mets make a deal with him, he's going to hop on the plane and bam, go to Port St. Lucie right away. Let's see here. I'm just reading more of your comments, guys. Again, really appreciate you all being here. This is going to be a really fun and long stream, so buckle up. This thing ain't ending anytime soon. What's the max amount of years you would want Walker for? I would say 3 would be the absolute max, but even that's kind of pushing it for me. I think 3 would be best with an option after the second year. If we're going 3, 2 is definitely the sweet spot. There's no doubt. If the Mets can land him on a 2-year deal, I think that's absolutely perfect. And then if you have an option for the 3rd year to really kind of be the biggest selling point to land him, then okay. Again, we're going to see what happens. I do think we're going to find out soon. I really hope it happens tonight from the reports that we're seeing. I know it's trending like crazy. I feel like to an extent I've manifested certain things because it just trending like nonstop, people acting like reporters saying that a deal happened when in reality it didn't. You know, a lot of people that act like they have sources and stuff when in reality I'm just here trying to have a good time and hoping that we have a decision on Walker tonight because it would make a lot of sense. Walker applies to Mr. Hoffman mostly because I don't stalk him. To me often, because you don't stalk him. That's true, Kyle. That makes a lot of sense. Kyle, you got to tweet at him then. You got to help us out here. Hayward, I got to go to dinner. Yes, I'll be here at 8:30. Yes, I'm going to be here way past an hour from now. No doubt. Wardy, are we getting Chapman or not? Your guess is as good as mine right now. Again, I never felt that Chapman was, a guaranteed thing. It was nice to see the report happen. That's why I weighed, all the pros and cons, if any, in acquiring him. Chapman is a wait and see, just like any other third base option right now. If the Mets land a third baseman, it really looks like at this point that we're not going to know about it until it happens. Hey, Worry, how are you doing? I can't believe again another a third harassment. I know it's ridiculous from the previous regime, no less. Again, yeah, I know. I don't really want to touch on that much. It's unbelievably unfortunate. And it's a joke that the previous regime allowed this to go on for so long. You want any player that would take us to the promised land, Dominic? I completely agree. Sign me up. Absolutely. You tweet at him. Awesome. Awesome, guys. You definitely tweet at Walker. Let's see if we can get him to reply. I'm sure he probably has his phone down, but if we can get him trending tonight, possibly, I think that'd be tremendous. Hey, chat, do you know anyone I should trade for fantasy baseball? I'll let everyone else take care of that because I'm not involved in fantasy this year. Oh, thank you so much, Garth Cooks, for the membership. Thank you so much for becoming a member here on the channel. It really means a lot, my friend. And guys, if you are interested in becoming a member, make sure to check out the link that I have in the description down below. That gives you many different perks, in which I'm actually going to be starting to make content for members only starting this week. So stay tuned for that. Planes travel really fast, as Joe DeMeo said. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Joe actually followed me on Twitter today, which I'm really hyped about. He actually acknowledged me, saw some of my YouTube content, so that put a big smile on my face. Shout out to Joe DeMeo for SNY and the Mets. A great beat writer right there. Does awesome stuff with his podcast as well. Who do you rather have, Walker or Rosenthal? I mean, I don't think we should be given that option. I think both those should be on the table for the Mets, and they are. If the Mets are weighing one over the other, there's a big issue because they have both holes in the rotation currently and the bullpen. So I think, you know, I would kind of prefer Walker almost to an extent right now, just because we all know how relievers are. There can be some worry there. But I would want both of them fairly equally, and I think the Mets are going after both of them. I know from the reports that we've seen. Oh, thank you so much for the donation, my friend, the Shraken. Thank you so much. Hype in the chat for the Shraken guys for the dono. I really appreciate you. You say here, when are you going to make a video of the international player in the draft and Asian players that the Mets can get and draft regular? Well, first of all, thank you so much again for the donation. I appreciate you, my friend. And in regards to in regards to those type of players, I'm not exactly sure yet. Again, I'm weighing all my options in regards to different types of content I'll be doing. So stay tuned for that. That might be something that I consider going forward. But again, it's going to be a lot of various content. Like today's video was on Francisco Alvarez, the top catching prospect, and basically the top overall prospect for the Mets. I did a fun breakdown on him, so make sure to check that out if you guys are interested. And Eli, yes, shout out to your sister Shayna. Shayna, shout out to you. I appreciate you chiming in. Thank you so much for being here. Who do you think we will get at third base in spring training, or wait till the season? I mean, as of right now, if Bryant is off the table like Hoyer says, and again, I think you should only take that with a grain of salt. The last thing he's going to do is promote that, yes, we're trying to trade away our former MVP and Chris Bryant as spring training is starting. It would only put more salt in the wound with that relationship. So I think when you're looking at the third base options, Suarez in my mind might be the most realistic price-wise. So stay tuned on that. That's all I can really say now. Again, I would be fairly surprised if the Mets go with JD to start the season, but it's not going to be an end-all situation if that's the case. I'll just be surprised. Hey, Worry, where do you think Walker is going to go? What team got a clue? It definitely looks like it's the Jays or the Mets right now. There isn't really much of a belief to suggest other teams than that for the most part. Other teams have shown interest, but the Mets have reportedly shown further interest and are kind of going more heavily in talks with Walker as of today. So take that as you will. Rojas didn't commit to JD Davis at third base today. I saw. How concerned am I with third base? I'm not all that concerned, Mookie. I think what that tells me is that the Mets are still weighing their options and that it's not outlandish to suggest that they could still possibly make some type of deal for a third baseman. Garth, also, thank you so much for the donation, guys. Hype in the chat for Garth. You've been awesome, my man. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you kindly, buddy. It means a lot. And what's up? What's up, New York Baseball Podcast? I appreciate you. Again, I'll check out your DM in a second. I know you were saying stuff earlier, but thank you so much. I saw a source that said the Mets and Walker are very close to a deal, but don't know if it's true. I would say the truth behind that is really as close as what we're talking about in the stream right now. You know, it's not outlandish to put two and two together after actual reports that we've seen today to suggest that the Mets are really prioritizing Walker at this point in time. So again, we'll see. If we find out a decision tonight, I think that would be tremendous. So stay tuned, guys. And yes, if the Mets do land Walker, we will absolutely take tremendous care of him. From a Mariners fan, I see. I appreciate you being here. I know Walker liked a bunch of those tweets last night. A lot of noise seems to happen after 8 p.m. I mean, if you look at least from our last live stream during Kevin Pillar, nothing I wasn't even expecting a deal to happen. And then Kevin Pillar threw John Heyman like literally perfectly an hour in the stream, which at that time was right around 8 p.m. plus because I started the stream at 7. So take that as you will. I'm excited about it. Let's put it that way. No point. He's coming back to Toronto. All right. Okay. All right. Well, if he goes back to Toronto, then he goes back to Toronto. But if you think that this is going to stop the stream, I have a bridge to sell you. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Alvarez, baby Pudge. What's up, Worry? What's up, Luke? I appreciate you being here, buddy. Do I want Trevor Rosenthal? Absolutely. Rosenthal will be huge for the Pen. Dominic, thank you so much for the kind words in regards to the video. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, some young talents to look forward to after McCann, indeed. You said it perfectly. Let's sign Matt Chapman. You got to trade for him first before you extend him. Remember that. You can't just sign him out of the gate. Let's see here. Another donation, Frank. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you guys hyping the chat for Frank. I know I'm probably delayed on that. I apologize. I didn't see it right away. But thank you so much for the dono, Frank. I really appreciate you. And again, I appreciate all you lovely Mets and baseball fans being here as always. We have roughly 400 of you being here. So if you haven't already, please consider smashing that like button. Help us get to 200 likes. And also help us get to 6K subs, guys. It's going to be a long stream tonight. You can expect so many different kinds of content as we get closer and closer to the season. I really want you to be part of this community if you haven't already. So make sure to smash those buttons. It really does go a long way, guys. I think our best need is still rotation over third base, in my opinion. That's fair, Tom. That's fair. I think the rotation is definitely important still, no doubt in that. And that's why Walker is being prioritized right now. You feel that Walker isn't worth the price and we should pass on him? I respectfully disagree. I think Walker, for what you're getting for him, especially where there more than likely isn't going to be any long-term commitment, will be worth it. You know, the Mets don't have money. They don't have to worry about money, let's put it that way. With what they were going to throw at Bauer is telling that they have no issue going over the luxury tax threshold should they wish. You think the roster is good enough? Yeah, again, Brian, that's a fair belief to have. I just respectfully disagree. I think the Mets would be somewhat foolish to not try to address the rotation with one more piece still, the bullpen, and to an extent third base. You know, they still have holes in this lineup, and if they are trying to not just push to win the division, but really try to have a deep run, it's not going to be nearly as easy without addressing these holes in the lineup still currently. And again, guys, just bear with me 1 second. I was just reading something. Okay. I want Daddy Chapman. So do I. That's funny. Ernie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Hype in the chat for Ernie with another dono. Thank you so much, buddy. You've been a real one. I know you've been here for a while. LFGM indeed. Thank you for the kind words as always, my friend. Dominic, thank you so much again for the kind words, buddy. It really does mean a lot. I try to do the best I can here. So seriously, thank you all so much. When are you putting the Piazza jersey back up? Oh, it'll be up, Nick. Don't worry. I just got Lindor there right now. I'll even flash it here in the video again. Guys, what's your favorite word he's saying? I have a bridge to sell you. Is the sky blue? That's funny, Brendan. Get ready for the t-shirts. What's up, Maniac Matt, my guy? Appreciate you. And all you awesome Mets fans, hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're doing well too, Matt. I think we chatted earlier, maybe through the SNY stream. My memory's not mistaken. But again, I appreciate all you guys. And Walker would bring a lot. I just want to say this to the Mets, okay? So as we're still awaiting to find out further information, if we find out further details on Walker tonight, you know, he's a guy 28 years of age with, again, just around 500 innings on his arm. You truly cannot go wrong, in my opinion. I think he would bring so much to the table for the Mets. And when you look at basically how they're weighing their options currently with, you know, all the pros and cons, if you will, to the whole Walker situation, he's a guy that, yes, there is some risk because he hasn't played a whole lot in his career, basically being out for a year and a half due to injuries. As soon as he landed in Arizona, it was short-lived. Back when, obviously, there was Jared Porter as the assistant there, and that's why I originally connected them, because I thought, you know, Porter made a lot of sense with connecting with that. So I don't know if he gave some good insight to the Mets prior to him parting ways with the Mets as they fired him because of that whole situation. I'm not going to beat a dead horse there. But I think that Walker, even with the injuries that he sustained, is still very much in the prime of his career. And I love the fact that he doesn't have a big workload if you look at his resume. I think that when you look at all the options the Mets currently have, Walker really stands out if you're going through free agency. And that feels pretty obvious at this point from the reports that we're seeing that they're doing just that. Oh, thank you so much again, Garth, with the donation. You are the best, Garth. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. New membership. I think we signed Walker. Where you think that would put us in the playoff race? I think it just puts the Mets to another level. Depth is such an important thing for teams that have both playoff and World Series aspirations, and they would get a lot closer to where they want to be in adding a guy of Walker's caliber. No doubt in my mind. It's definitely better to upgrade than it is to not upgrade at all. Do you feel Walker would be a more reliable arm than Odorizzi? Possibly, because Odorizzi has been dealing with injuries the past season. He is older. He is more seasoned. Again, they're both, to an extent, a little bit of wild cards just because they have proving to do, given what their track record has been. But I do like a lot about Walker and his game, and I think the fact that he has actually healed up, and we saw what he can do when he's healed up in the short season, at least, is telling that, yes, there's still a lot of great baseball for him to come. Source, Mets want 1 year. Let's see, Walker wants a multi-year deal at about $1 million a year, $10 million a year. I mean, that sounds about right. My favorite word he's saying is take it with a grain of salt. If I had a grain of salt for every time he said that, I would have a lot of grain of salt. You'd probably have a whole salt shaker at that point, right? That's funny. You think we'll sign Conforto? Absolutely. I think that we can never let Alvarez go. Catcher is such a hard thing to find, and even though we got James McCann, thank you meant to say James there, Strachan. He has a lot of years on his knees, and for a catcher, and that is very scary. Yeah, I mean, I know. Definitely when it comes to, you know, how many innings you have on your knees is important. I love McCann, though. McCann has roughly 1,000 less innings on his knees, and I think Alvarez is going to be tremendous for the Mets should they not part ways with him at all. I respectfully disagree. You guys are funny. I'm just going through the chat again, guys. Really appreciate you being here. If you are in fact new and you're excited about the Taijuan Walker watch, if something may actually happen tonight, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. As always, guys, help us get to 200 likes and also help us get to 6K subs. It always means a lot. Do you collect baseball cards? Daniel, I usually don't. I used to love collecting cards when I was younger, more so with football than anything else, but, you know, that is a hobby of the past for me. Hopefully something I can pick up again. And William, thank you so much. Congrats on passing 5K subs. I appreciate you. Thank you kindly. I've got my anti-Mets watching your videos, and they're telling things now before I tell them. It's hilarious. Keep up the good work. Oh, that's funny, Jimmy. Appreciate you being here, my man. What's up, Rory? What's up, Sully? Appreciate you. Mike, as always, thank you so much for chiming in. I hope the Knicks win tonight. Fingers crossed. And Mike says, sup, man, Walker will be a good fit for the Mets, but we really need bullpen after losing Lugo. I agree. I think you need to address both those holes, and I don't even think it's a question, right? Any Walker updates? I'm currently waiting just as much as you are. The latest update that we saw was earlier today through SNY, through Martino. Again, it's Martino, so, you know, yeah, that. I even tweeted him. I said, I'm like, please, for the love of God, don't jinx it. So we'll see what happens there. But Martino said how the Mets are prioritizing Walker as the front runner among their starting pitching options that they can still land. So take that as you will, but I really, really hope that for the Mets' sake that they're able to land him. Let's see here. Is Robert Ozuna really injured? Thought he was a free agent. I mean, no, Ozuna isn't injured. I mean, Ozuna is coming off. Ozuna has a partially torn UCL. He's a free agent. And no, I do not think the Mets should go after him. the Mets have done with enough controversies this offseason. I don't think bringing a guy of Ozuna's caliber is not the best idea when they already have a guy that at least had accusations, even though that they were denounced by his girl, that being a Familia. We have enough of those, all right? Can we just, I can live without the idea of Ozuna ever being a New York Met. Roberto Ozuna, by the way, not Marcell Ozuna. That's a different one. Martino quoted Michael Mayer. Okay, if he quoted Michael Mayer, then that's enticing. Michael Mayer is reliable. Michael's the man. I like him. So no, that's good. Aaron, thank you so much for being here, my guy. I appreciate you as always. I mean, Aaron, I said. Did I say Eric? I apologize if I did. Aaron, thank you so much, my guy. Should the Mets sign Flowers? No. I think Nito's going to be fine as the backup. For what you're getting with Flowers isn't far off with Nito. Nito is getting better with his framing still. Again, Flowers, that's his cup of tea. But he's 35 years of age. I'd much rather have a younger, more durable guy in Nito at this point right now. How many wins do I think the Mets will have in 2021? Granted, it all varies on how they're going to continue to address this lineup. But as of right now, just as a quick hypothetical thought without really breaking down it, I would say the Mets can definitely push upwards of 90-plus wins. If they get more in the 100 category and more in the low 90s, in my mind, is going to dictate on, obviously, how they play, how guys step up this year, and how they address the holes in the lineup. So, again, the offseason really isn't done for the Mets in the sense of still trying to address holes in the lineup. So, once that is all kind of figured out, we know exactly what we're getting for the start of the season, then that's where you're going to have my best and most solidified predictions. Tebow was projected a top-of-the-rotation talent coming up with Seattle. I know. Again, injuries just derailed him, which is a very common thing, as we know, when it comes to pitchers, no less. Matthew, appreciate you being here, my guy. I'm glad you're alive. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you so much for being here again. Would I trade Nimmo and Mauricio for Chapman? I wouldn't even second guess it. But the A's wouldn't pick up the phone, so that's the issue. Wardy, I have school tomorrow, so I have to go. No problem, Ryan. Have a great night, buddy. Pitchers and catchers report. Are there 4 better words other than show Lindor the money? That's funny. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think he will get the money soon, no less. So don't worry too much about that. I think Lindor will get the bag. Tebow retiring from baseball. Is that true, James? Is that official? The Mets need a third baseman, period. Jose, I feel the frustration. I do. Again, I think that's exactly why that they've been showing interest in a lot of these different third base options. So take that as you will. Jays fan here. Great show. Thank you so much, Jonathan, especially as a Jays fan. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. Again, I'll be very, very happy if he ends up landing with the Mets. If he lands with the Jays, I'll be upset about it, but it's not an end-all situation either. I don't have anything against the Jays. It's just been a little headbutting, if you will, because those have been the 2 bigger teams in the offseason when it comes to acquiring players. Tebow did retire. Oh, the Mets did tweet it. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it now. Tebow did in fact retire, guys. There you have it. Yeah, there you go. That's all there is. Tebow retired. Okay. Kind of makes sense if you ask me. I've heard the Mets are looking for a contract like Pilar, where money is moved in places that don't affect payroll hit, like bigger signing bonuses. That can make a lot of sense, because as we know, the Mets have no problem being creative with their contracts and how they're actually making them. So that one surprised me. Walker is overrated. I don't understand how Walker is overrated. Barely anyone knows about Walker as it is, unless you're actually deep diving the guy. So I don't think he's overrated at all. Yes, I know his FIP can be a bit of a concern. Don't get me wrong. I've looked at his analytics plenty, but to say that he would be a bad option for the Mets as, adding on depth to the rotation is just silly. I don't know how else to look at it. I don't know why people are complaining about the offseason for the Mets, saying they are making Wilpon moves. This is the best offseason I can remember. Again, only casuals are the ones that are going to be saying that. Wordy Rom doesn't pitch good on 6 days rest. What will be going on when Syndergaard comes back with 7 pitchers? 7 pitchers? What are you talking about? It'll be 6 should they land one more rotation piece, not 7. I know we never got to see Tebow hit at City. You hate to see it, literally. It's a shame. You guys are funny. Again, guys, if you are new and you're excited about possibly Taijuan Walker either having a decision made tonight or soon, if it's not tonight, I feel like it's gotta be tomorrow. Again, this is just gut feeling from what we're seeing, but you know, stuff feels like it's going to pick up fairly soon. So if you are in fact new, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. This has been an awesome live stream thus far. Roughly 400 Mets and baseball fans. Thank you all kindly for being here. Really does mean a lot. Help us get to 200 likes, guys, and also help us get to our ultimate goal of 6K subs. If you are in fact new here, you're a Mets fan and you enjoy consistent Mets content, look no further. Steve, Wardy, love you, bro. Been here since you had 5.38K members. Dude, thank you so much, Steve. You're a real one. You've been here since the beginning. All jokes aside, seriously, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I appreciate you. I'm not a Mets fan, but I want them to win the division next year. That's what I see. Yo Guy Dude says they have good talent and actually spend and try to improve. Well, yeah, I appreciate you, especially being, you know, not a Mets fan. That means a lot. Thank you. Dominic says, hey, buddy, haven't made it to the post office yet. I'll get that Chavez 16x20 auto to you. Better get a bigger wall behind you. Oh, Dom, you're insane. Dom, you're literally the best, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly, my friend. It really does mean a lot. I'm ecstatic. Auto? I didn't even know it was an auto. Dominic, you need to stop, my friend. You're too kind. Seriously. Trust me, I know I need a bigger wall behind me. I need to add more depth. Maybe I move the desk up so you see more, because I have to get all these different frames for the jerseys, not just that you sent, that Joe sent as well, Joe for show, and others that are on their way. Just insane. Thank you so much, Dominic. You're the best, buddy. I love you. Yeah, Tebow did really retire. Yep. Did Mets officially sign Pilar today? Is that what you're telling me? It's funny, I see all these insiders talking about the Mets through my notifications, but it's not for what you would maybe think it would be. It's about Tebow. Chat, Mets fans are happy with the offseason. Mets fans are mad. That's fine. Besides JD, who is the most likely to play third base for the Mets? Outside JD, you're probably Jonathan VR, which is not the best option considering VR hasn't played third base since 2016. McNeil can be toyed at third as well, but he's really a guy that should be at second. Aiden, I'm a Jays fan. I'm so mad. Well, don't be too mad just yet, Aiden, okay? We have yet to find out a decision on Walker. That's why we're talking right now. Granted, if Walker doesn't go to the Jays, I understand why you would be mad. So, I will say that. Jays fan here. I know it's between the Jays and the Mets, Mark says. I hope we get him, but if he goes to New York, congrats to all Mets fans. Thank you so much, Mark. Again, Jays fans have been real ones for the most part. Seriously, such a kind fan base. I appreciate you guys tremendously. Again, it was very similar to the Springer situation. There was no ill will with, myself and Jays fans and vice versa. So seriously, thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate the kind words. You guys still have a good chance of getting Walker. It just seems like that these two teams are in fact the front runners as of now. Yeah, I've gotten that about Pilar. I find that pretty funny. Retire 15, spam in the chat. No. Oh, no. What I would like to say, though, guys, is that if you're able to, if you do in fact have Twitter, make sure to call out Taijuan Walker on Twitter and let him know about the stream, guys. If there's any any glimmer of hope, any slimmer of hope, I should say, and getting him to acknowledge the stream, that would be tremendous. So definitely try to do that, guys, if you can. Get some hype in the chat for Walker. All right, let's see here. I'm just reading more comments, guys. Again, I appreciate you. If you have any more thoughts, if you find anything out further about Walker as we're doing the stream, please make sure to let us know in the chat. It always means a lot. And yeah, no, just thank you all so much for being here. This is awesome thus far. We're just about to be an hour in. We have numerous hours to go still at this rate, so buckle up. How do we go from excitement of Bauer to settling for Walker? Life comes at you fast. I mean, Ricky, if you've been following along this offseason, then you know exactly why. Mets have added a lot of pitching depth this offseason. Yes, they have. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I do agree. They need one more starter. The Strachan, I'm not going to let Kelenic ruin the vibes right now, all right? You know, Kelenic's situation, it's water under the bridge. You know, the Mets will be funny if they end up signing him when he's like 26 for like a 10-year, roughly $400 million contract. I think that would be funny. Lindor on MLB Network. 15 on MLB Network? What do you mean too low? I'm not understanding. 15 on MLB Network. I'm confused. Oh, in regards to rankings. Ooh. I mean, I don't think that's... I mean, Lindor's right between the top 10 and top 20 player. So I don't think that's too far off. Mike says, hockey question. Will you be mad if the Rangers get Crosby? Bleacher Report put an article about 5 teams he could possibly go to. Terrible article by them. The Rangers aren't getting Crosby. So let's put it that way. You know, I could think of a million different possibilities for who the Rangers would land outside Crosby. It's not happening. They're not going to give up the farm for Crosby. Nor is Crosby going to go anywhere, I think. Rumors like that come out literally every single year regarding Crosby. And they will until the guy retires. Oh yeah, guys, there are always going to be people that spam in the chat. That's nothing new. Again, Camille or Kamala, however, I believe it's Camille, right? Thank you so much for being here. Ricardo, thank you kindly. And yes, Tebow did in fact retire. We've been staying this. Roy, do you remember if you had a jacket on when we got Lindor? Put on whatever I had that day. I believe I had just this. I believe I had this exact outfit on, if my memory's not mistaken. Why are we begging these guys to come to the best city in the world? I wouldn't say they're begging. I think that's a common misconception, okay? You're not begging. The Mets have weighed their options. The Bauer situation, we understood why he went to LA. You know, the Mets did all they could, but he's an LA kid. He's going to the reigning World Series champs, and he became the highest player in baseball with more AAV in regards to the first 2 years than what the Mets offered. But the Mets offered a better contract for the third year, but that didn't really matter because he's looking at it as one-year deals. In regards to Walker now, we don't know exactly where things currently stand. We just know that things have, in fact, heated up in regards to the Mets and Walker, and that's why it's not outlandish to believe that maybe we're going to find out a decision soon. I'm doing great, Ricardo. Happy to have you here, my friend. And again, happy to have all you lovely Mets fans here as always. What's up, Eric? I appreciate you being here, my guy. Let's sign Walker tonight. I really hope so, buddy. I really do. Again, we're reaching the 8 p.m. Eastern mark, and that was right around the time when we did find out about Pilar the other day. Again, I'm not going to bet on a certain time at this point because, again, I thought that if he were to report to, anywhere for spring training today, then we would find out an announcement early this morning. He did not. He was out golfing instead. So I think, it's a wait and see situation. That's why we're just going to basically stream for a while tonight and hope that we find an answer in the process. And if not, then it is what it is. To Mets fans, you guys got the biggest prize this offseason, and Frankie and I bleed blue, and we overpaid. Alonso will show out in 2019. You guys are definitely on the up. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree, buddy. I really do. I'm very excited. Are the analytics? Are you an analytics guy or gut guy? I'm both, Carlos. I'm definitely both. You can't have one without the other, but you also, you shouldn't have too much of one over the other either. Analytics are unbelievably important. I think they're valuable in today's game more than ever. But at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you don't let analytics interfere with, situations that analytics don't really factor in. Like key moments in a playoff game, for instance, along those lines. So, like, when you look at teams that are so analytically driven, that are, say, smaller market teams, like, let's take, for example, the Jays not the Jays to an extent, but the Rays most recently going to the World Series. The Oakland Athletics, who have really adopted, were the first to do that for the most part under Billy Beane. The Minnesota Twins to an extent. There's a bunch of teams like that, but they still can't get over that hump at the end of the day, either because, one, they don't have the money to really get that big market guy, or because of the fact that they just value too much in analytics in key games. So I think when you're looking at those options, you need to weigh both. You can't have one without the other. So that's what I will say about that. I'm all for analytics as long as you use them the right way. And you're constantly learning and continuing to adapt your game as a player with newfound information. Edwin, I've been a Met fan my whole life, but I really, really have followed them intensely, more so over the past 6 years, as I grown my love for baseball. What's up, Juan? I appreciate you being here as always, my guy. Okay, a lot of Mets apparently got a source about Walker. I don't know about that one, but I'll look on Twitter, guys. All right, guys, we have an update. I don't know exactly. It's probably not going to be all that truthful, but we're going to take a look at it. Walker is expected to make a decision tonight between the Jays, the Mets, and a mystery team, according to a lot of Mets. Again, whenever you find out this stuff that isn't from a true, insider for the most part, you have to take it with such a grain of salt, if any. That's just how it works. Yeah, no, again, I think that's nothing new than what we already know. If we miss out on another free, yeah, I mean, look, if the Mets do not land Walker or Odorizzi, that is where it's like, okay, there's a problem. That is where I will agree there's a problem, because that means that they're not going to be getting a starter of that significance more than likely. Worry news for the Mets, Pilar on a 2-year deal. Yep, I knew about Pilar already, Nick. Thank you. Awesome. I became a Mets fan when my father forgot to take me to a Yankee game. My uncle ended taking me to Shea Stadium for my first time. Oh, that's awesome, buddy. I love that. White Sox third baseman made a sick music video. Yoan Moncada, James? If so, I'll check it out, because Yoan's my guy. I literally love Yoan Moncada. He's one of my actual favorite players that isn't on the Mets. Evan Roberts, WFAN, reporting possible 3-team trade. Mets, A's, Pirates. Matt Chapman going to the Mets. Have you heard this rumor from anybody else? Chris, I have. Originally, it was a rumor that came from a guy that was followed by MLB Network, and this one guy, another Mets fan on Twitter, tagged me in a day or two ago, but I didn't really think there was any truth to that. Evan Roberts, did he actually report that though, Chris, or are you just saying that, there's a connection there? Hitting up McDee's. Yo, want anything? Joe, please, please. Get this man a McChicken right now. I'll make you ball on a budget. It won't be a problem. Just get me a McChicken with Big Mac sauce and we're chilling. Those spicy nuggets kind of hit too, though, not gonna lie. And yes, I know McDonald's is garbage, but yes, I also know that I kind of have a garbage diet, so take that as you will. Just want the stream to go to midnight. At this rate, Matthew, it is. Yeah, no, this is going to be a stupid long stream. No doubt. Jason, enlighten me on what the BS is, please. Enlighten me what's going on. That's BS. Randall going off again? If so, I love to see it. Wardy, how do you feel about Matthew Allen? Oh, Allen looks like a stud. Allen looks tremendous. Really. Like, honestly, I'm very excited about Matthew Allen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, Robot Plays for the support as always. And again, guys, if you're new and you're enjoying the stream, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button as always. Help us get to 200 likes, guys. We're so close there. And also help us get a 6K subs for the next short-term goal here on the channel. We're just officially an hour into tonight's live stream. So thank you all so much to everyone that has chimed in. And I hope you guys look forward to what is ahead here in tonight's stream because we're definitely not stopping anytime soon. And I would love to hear your questions because I'll even update you guys a little bit on the players that the Mets have currently shown interest in as well. And what I think is more realistic than others for them as of tonight. Mike, thank you so much for the dono, guys. Hype in the chat from Mike. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate you. Are the Blue Jays playing at Toronto or Buffalo or Florida this season at home? I'm trying to think. I believe as of now, they're still playing in... I think they're still playing in Buffalo, right? They're definitely not playing in Toronto yet, I don't think. I don't believe they're in Toronto yet. Randall's on fire. That's dope. Mets are getting Walker. Toronto should have offered Walker a contract earlier in the offseason. Again, time will tell. I'm not against that if that ends up being the case. So that's why we're doing this live stream right now. Jays fan, but Wardy, you're a great show. Now I'm a Jays and Mets fan, but hope Walker stays with the Jays. I appreciate you, Daryl. I really do. Again, it's been a lot of fun really connecting with both Mets and Jays fans. Between Jim at Ballcap Sports as well, my guy. He's definitely helped out that a bit, really starting to branch out. So again, I really appreciate you, Daryl, and everyone else that isn't even a Mets fan being here. It means a lot. I was the only Mets fan on the block when living in the Bronx. Oh, Carlos, you're absolute G for that then. Seriously. Colin, to get Chapman, you have to give up your whole farm. Yes, you have to give up a lot. I don't think there's any doubting that. Wardy, I'll probably finish the stream at work in the morning. No problem, Chris. Thank you so much for being here, my guy. Have a great rest of your night in regards to work and everything. Thank you so much. Mets are, in fact, interested in Jeremy Jeffries, and that is nothing of a surprise, guys. Jeremy Jeffries was connected to the New York Mets going all the way back to, I believe it was early to mid-January, according to Mark Feinsand for the MLB. That's nothing new. He's actually one of the few players I didn't do a video on. And I was waiting for the right time for a while, but then a lot of other sweepstakes were going on. I just never got the chance. But Jeremy Jeffries is a guy that has been connected to the Mets a while. Marcus Stroman even tweeted at him earlier this offseason saying, come along. And they reply, he's like, maybe I should, or at least I should consider it. So Jeffries, if the Mets could land both Rosenthal and Jeffries, I think that'd be tremendous. Talk about adding depth to that bullpen. I feel like one is more likely than both, but it's still awesome. Eat all you can eat in moderation. You will live a long time, my friend. Absolutely, Dominic. I love that. We're going to have to go for a trade. Just hope we don't get fleeced. In regards to what, Juan? In regards to third base? Man, the Bronx probably woke up, said good morning out of his house, and everyone else told him and rambled on about 27 rings feels pretty accurate. Jack, what's up, buddy? I appreciate you being here. And Jack, tonight we are doing the Walker watch, basically, because a lot has really further come out over the past 24 hours about Taijuan Walker, as the Mets are reportedly prioritizing him and are making a stronger push for him as of today. So it looks like that we may very well find out a decision about Walker, hopefully within the next day or so, and hopefully tonight as well during the stream. That's why we're doing this watch. We're breaking down the latest news here and just hoping that we can break it live, because that would be tremendous. Is if Walker goes to the Mets, he would probably wear, Walker would look absolutely amazing, whether he's wearing 99 or just 00. That would be the first time in Mets history, I think, too, that you would have 10 and Stroman and a 00 and Walker. But if he goes 99, that's still dope, too. So, again, that's just another level. Walker looks like a beast on the mound as it is, and I love his number selection. Oh, thank you so much about the Lindor jersey, man. I appreciate that you said a little while ago here. Yeah, I know. You have the white one now? I grabbed the white one. That's awesome, buddy. Yeah, I got the blue one as soon as the Mets landed him. Ernie, thank you so much for the donation. Again, my friend, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, buddy. Let's go, Mets. Let's get this guy. Absolutely. I really hope the Mets do, for sure. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the dono, as always, my friend. Stroman isn't number 7. He's number 0, I thought. Who says we can't play McNeil at 3rd and VR at 2nd? I mean, I don't think you should have VR starting. VR's coming off the bench. He's in a utility role. He should not be your starting in the lineup. That was what made that signing so key, that you're taking him in when he's a starting caliber player still at this point in his career, but you're having him off the bench. That's what I loved about it. Wardy, I was a Mets fan when I was little, but I am now 13. Let's go Yankees. Oh, you hate to see it. That makes one of us. Tebow did retire, yes. What do you like more? Mets getting Chapman and Walker or Sonny Gray Suarez from Reds? Oh, good question. But honestly, definitely Chapman and Walker between those two options. Chapman's a stud. An absolute stud. Even with his hip surgery, I don't think it's going to phase him enough. What would you do if we land Chappie and Walker today? I'd go ballistic. I don't even know how I would react, to be quite frank, because I have no clue how my emotions would build up. I think it would be insane. Al, what are my thoughts on Stroman? I love Stroman's energy on the mound. I love how he is always trying to learn and be better. This is a huge year for Stroman, though. He hasn't proven himself in New York yet for the Mets, and I think this is a year that he hopefully does it, because he's going to be a crucial part of this rotation. And if the Mets want to get anywhere, they need guys like Stroh to really step up and prove their worth. So I hope the best for him. I think that we can see a dominant year from him as long as everything goes right. And I know I've seen him, he's explained how he's been toying, picking the brain of DeGrom a lot, so that always helps go a long way. Gentleman's Hangout, thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. Mets fan since 82. That's awesome, buddy. Thank you so much. What's up, Isaac? Let's make a friendly wager. I'm predicting by 8:45 we hear some huge news. All right, Isaac, I'll take you up on that wager. I don't really know what I'm wagering here, but yeah, no, I'll take you up on that. Okay. I'll say this. I'll say that by 8:45 we still have not heard any news. So that is, I guess, what the wager we're doing. And, I don't know. I don't know what happens for whoever loses. If Walker announces tonight he has signed with the Dodgers, I'll cry on your behalf. Katie, luckily that's never going to happen, because the Dodgers have more pitching depth than they know what to do with. The last thing they're going to do is add Walker. Thank you so much, Randall. I appreciate you. Mets fans, smash that like, smash that subscribe button if you're new, if you're chiming into the stream as we're rolling. Just 10 minutes over the hour mark here in the chat. It would really mean a lot. Help us get to 200 likes, guys. We're so close. We're definitely trying to get a high like count by the end of the stream. That'd be awesome. And we're also trying to get ourselves closer and closer to 6K subs. So if you are, in fact, a Mets fan, a diehard Mets fan like me, and you like consistent content, make sure to smash those buttons as always, guys. And also make sure to tweet at Taijuan Walker on Twitter. Let's try to get him trending. Let's try to get him rolling. Let's try to get him closer to being a New York Met, right? Wearing a Mets shirt right now with a built-in face mask. Been hoping for something today. That's funny. Mets must sign one of the two top remaining free agents starters available along with Rosenthal. However, absolutely no way they can go into the season with Davis starting at third base. Way too weak of defense. While I think it's not, the end-all situation if they have JD at third, I do agree it contradicts what they're trying to preach in having defensive upgrades in their positions of need. And JD at third is not a defensive upgrade. We all know this. Yes, Dominic, absolutely, buddy. Again, I really appreciate you guys. And Jeffries is another guy I want to be against. Rosenthal definitely looks like the most ideal fit when you're talking about bullpen options, but both him and Jeffries, respectfully, I would be very happy about. And Plays, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. J-Bros gain in the emojis. You love to see it. Thank you, my guy. Alright, guys, let's not be rude to each other. Ernie normally does everything in all caps. Just leave him, Dominic. Ernie's a good guy. Yo, Wardy, hi. What's up, my guy? How's it going? I'm only just call you Yoshi because every single time I see your photo, I think of Yoshi right away, okay? But yeah, no, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And no, you're the man, Dominic. Thank you kindly. Do you think if the Mets add Walker or Odorizzi, that would put them over the Braves for the division? Considering I think that the Mets are the team to beat heading into the season for the division, yes. I think it only helps them kind of reaffirm that belief. And while the Braves are going to have a tremendous season, I think, as long as the Mets do everything that we kind of expect them to do, I expect them to be the team to beat. Wardy, do I have merch? Not yet, Rob. Not yet. I'm waiting to hit a certain goal of subscribers. That way I have a reliable of enough following. Not that I don't have one already. But once I kind of inch closer to 10K subs, I will say, I will have t-shirts already made and out for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Okay, who's on the opening day bench as of now? As of now, you're looking at guys like VR. You're also looking at possibly Martinez, as long as he doesn't start in the AAA, because I know that they might want to have a significant bullpen in regards to their options. You're going to have VR. You're going to have Yorme. You're also going to have Nito. You're going to have Pilar. You also might have Almora. You're going to have a lot of guys off the bench. A lot of options there. Maybe one of Khalil Lee or Malik Smith makes the cut, depending on how much guys are working with. A lot of options there. Well, if Nimmo goes on trade for a third base, we have decisions to make. Maybe Dom to left field. I don't know. I mean, as of right now, Dom's going to be in left, unless they get a DH. As an outsider, what is the relationship between Yanks and Mets fans? Is there mutual respect? Is it a big... Oh, it's a big rivalry, Katie. I think that's putting it lightly. I mean, people will be respectful to each other, when one is going to be respectful back. But, the Mets and Yanks rivalry is unprecedented. It's something like no other. That's going to probably blossom bigger than ever before because the Mets are going to be relevant. Nats or Phillies more of a threat to the Mets and Braves? I would say the Nats. Hey, Warrior, love your channel. Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate you. I've been a Met fan since 71. Oh, that's tremendous, my friend. Thank you kindly. I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, guys, no disrespect. Let Ernie do his thing, guys. Or you should use your donuts for a white pinstripe jean jacket. Ooh, William, I like the idea. What about Chapman? Is he signing or not? Well, Jesus, he can't. He can't be signed because he's not a free agent. He would have to be traded for, my friend. Hey, Rory, I had to go for a little bit. Are there any updates on Walker? Nothing significant at the time of recording this going live currently. there's just a lot of belief that that we're gonna find out either tonight or tomorrow. Dominic, don't worry. I will have details about t-shirts once we get to that point, my friend. Thank you so much for the countless support, though. You're amazing. Christian, Wardy, would you rather me dono or order you food when I donate? What? I don't know what to take from that, Christian. I don't know. Yeah, no, you don't need to do either, buddy. I just appreciate you being here. You think Walker and Rosenthal can put the Mets over the Braves? I think the Mets arguably can be put over the Braves as we speak. So yes, it only helps you reaffirm that yes, we can be the best team to beat. And I'm 20. Too many ifs in 3 and 5 in the rotation with Stroman, Peterson, and Syndergaard. I would feel a lot better if they try to pry Castillo from the Reds. While I agree, that is going to be a haul. There's no doubting that. Guys, just remember, if people are saying stuff like JBJ, the Mets, or whatever, don't take that seriously until you actually see something for yourself, okay? People are always going to say stuff. You can order me food. Where's the Todd father going? I don't know. Maybe he goes back to Texas or something. Growing up a Mets fan in the 90s, I had to hear every year how many rings with the franchise has. Since the I know that's always how Yankees fans work. It's no different. That's always what they do. Always what they do. All right, guys, again, if you were just chiming in, make sure to tweet at Taiwan on Twitter. Let's see if we can get any recognition from him. We probably won't, but if we can maybe get something trending, that'd be awesome. So, guys, if you have Twitter, make sure to tweet at Taijuan Walker and try to connect him to the stream in any which way. That'd be tremendous. There's still uncertainty with the universal DH. While it still feels far-fetched, it's not completely impossible right now. It just still feels very far-fetched. Signing Walker would make it seem like we wouldn't be trying to trade for a starter. Yes, I agree, Dylan. I absolutely agree. You tweet at Walker, awesome. Will I be able to buy you a beer at Citi Field this year, or will I have to wait until next year? Dominic, depends. It depends on the game. If we get towards the end of the summer, yes, you may. Signing Walker would I answer that already? Okay. You think Alvarez is off the table in a Chapman trade? I think he is, just because the Mets have all the necessary assets to acquire Chapman without involving Alvarez, in my opinion. Just because when I think about guys that they can part ways with, I think they can still make it work without Alvarez involved. It's going to take less for the Mets to get Gray and Suarez than it will for Chapman. More than likely, yes. Even though you shouldn't say that Gray and Suarez would be cheap. I don't think that would be the case either. Wardy, if you ever make a t-shirt, I'm going to be the first in line. Oh, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. You know, I'm very much looking forward to making t-shirts. Yes, Ernie, exactly. That's why we're talking about Taijuan Walker as it is, from what SNY reported earlier today. If Mets get Walker, I would say a starting pitching option from the Reds is off the table, unless they toy with the idea of dealing Peterson, which I don't think is likely. Do you think we will have to give up Brett Beatty for Chapman, Dominic? I think that might possibly be the case. You rather trade for Hendricks than get Walker? While I would love Hendricks too, we're talking about what seems the more likely currently. And Hendricks doesn't seem as likely given what we're currently seeing. You want him, Tim Dog? Yes, so do I. Are we getting this guy? I think there's a solid chance that we're getting this guy, yes. I'm not going to bet the farm on. I'm not going to go Buster only on you. I'm going to say it's still a wait-and-see situation, but yes, the Mets are very much involved in trying to get Taijuan Walker. Hey, Rory, love this live. Can we talk about Chapman trade? Yes. I think that's what we've been doing. I apologize. I'm just seeing your comment here now. But yes, Chapman would be tremendous for the Mets. Again, it doesn't feel that likely. I think the best bet is because of that connection with the A's and Sandy Alderson. Chapman, you'd have to give up a haul for, but rightfully so. Chapman is, a tremendous player. Oh my, just the thought of Chapman in a New York Mets uniform honestly brings like a tear to my eye because of just how amazing of a player he is. So again, if that ever comes to fruition, if the Mets ever get in a situation where they luck out and they do a blockbuster like that, where we basically don't know much about it until it happens, sign me the hell up. It just doesn't feel all that likely. Did anyone hear about the rumors of the Mets, A's, and Pirates talking about three-way trade involving Chapman? Yes, I did see that. It originally came from a source, so that wasn't Evan Roberts. I don't know if Roberts actually said that today. I just know that prior to that, it didn't look like that there was really too much there outside of just hypotheticals in regards to a three-way trade. Yeah, I know. I want to go to that 9/11 game so bad. But I'm hoping that I that enough fans are welcome that I can go if it's not like sold out already. But yeah, if as long as the opportunity presents itself, I fully intend on going to that 9/11 game. I know it's going to be amazing. Who do I think the Mets are going to be on, Chapman or Bryant? I mean, I don't know. I feel like Suarez is actually the more likely guy right now between the third base options. I will run outside naked and record if the Mets get Chapman. I'll take you up on that, Juan. Sure, that'd be so funny. It's kind of funny because we've always said we have a solid chance to get Bauer and Springer, and we did not get them. Oh, I know. But again, a lot of circumstances went into that. Lefty, that was a very random, but I'm sure Pilecki's going to be okay. Yes, Kevin Pilecki, the Boilermaker legend. If we get Chapman in the left side of our infield, that has to be the best defense in history. It's definitely going to be up there if that would be the case. Mets have a great batting lineup. I think JD won't be too bad to keep, but obviously prefer Chapman. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Jared. Can they throw in Lariano with Chap? I mean, sure they could, but the Mets, how it's not the matter at that point of, what are they giving up versus what aren't they giving up if you're trying to go for that kind of haul. Are the Mets the new interest Canes? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Rory. To be totally honest, I don't think Chapman is too far-fetched. Because we have the trade assets, he wouldn't be hard to get. It's up to the Mets. I think it goes both ways, but not just the Mets and the A's, respectively. But again, I'd rather keep my expectations low and then possibly see something happen. So, again, as of right now, I do feel it's fairly far-fetched, but I would be more than ecstatic to be proven wrong. Let's put it that way. No problem, Eli. Appreciate you being here. Walker would be a great pickup. Give JD Davis a chance. Chapman and Bryant can wait till mid-season if those teams would trade midseason. Pardon me. If a free agent, so who knows next season? I mean, that's fair. I just, again, I think that the Mets will upgrade third base at some point. I think that's fair. As a Marlins fan, you love being in my streams. I appreciate you, my guy, especially from a Marlins fan. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Just follow me on Twitter. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you kindly. I live in Pennsylvania. I'm originally from Long Island, though, so that obviously connects the whole Mets thing. Who do you give up for just Suarez? Just Suarez, I feel like you could probably get a deal done for JD Davis. And 2 out of top 10 prospects. Again, though, that always, my mindset always kind of varies on just Suarez, what it would take. I've never washed this denim jacket, nor have I had a reason to. Trust me. The thing, I've had this thing for literally since like 2016, 2017. It's been mint. There's no phrase on it for the most part or anything. I keep my stuff in pretty good shape for the most part. Do you know the odds in Vegas for the Mets to win? I know they're high. The Mets have been bet on more than like any year ever. Like the Mets are like doubled the next closest team to win the World Series according to betting odds. Like it's like, I mean, at least the amount of people that I betted. I actually might do a separate video on it because it's insane when I saw this article that came out recently. In his prime, where would you rank Reyes in shortstop rankings? How much higher, lower than Lindor? Ooh, Brennan, that's a good question. I mean, I think that when it comes to Reyes, in his prime, he was electric. You know, the speed was unmatched. As good as Lindor is, the speed was just like otherworldly with Reyes. I don't know how much farther he would be ahead of Lindor, though, because as amazing as Reyes was, you know, Lindor in a lot of ways has similar aspects of Reyes' game, but Lindor has had a more continued success and looks like that he's going to have more longevity with his career. So I don't know, but Reyes was a stud, though. We all know that in his prime, he was a human highlight reel. The Mets' third base upgrade is coming in July. His name is Todd Frazier. Oh, stop it. I read that already. Okay, 205 likes, awesome. Again, guys, if you're just chiming in and you're new, please make sure to smash that like and subscribe on. Help us get a 300 likes for the next short-term goal as we're rocking it in this stream. Thank you all so much again for being here. It really does mean a lot, guys, and also help us get a 6K subs for the next short-term goal here on the channel. It would really mean a lot. Yes, the Syracuse Mets rotation is going to be stacked, no doubt. Why do all the negative articles come out when we start getting hype for something? I know, Matt, it's almost like it's timed perfectly, right? But, you know, your guess is as good as mine. We can put 2 and 2 together and try to get an answer, but, you know, unfortunately, things happen for a reason. And it's still good that the stuff is brought to light. It just sucks, the timing. Mario, what's up, buddy? Happy to have you here. Oh, you have a Fireflies Tebow jersey? That's pretty cool, honestly. I know the Mets haven't lived up to what they were supposed to do in the past years, but new ownership can change everything. Absolutely, LFGM. They already are. No doubt. No doubt. What are Lindor's best assets? Well, one, him being a switch hitter is great. His ability to change, you know, on the fly in regards to his hitting situations on a game-by-game basis is truly what separates him from the rest. You know, between offensively and defensively, he's just so balanced as it is. Defensively, he's tremendous. He plays so deep in the infield, and yet he gets so much range and so much leverage. Lindor always looks like he's like 2-3 steps ahead when he's in the field, and with his bat, he's just amazing. You know, he's a guy that you can trust for both. You know, in key situations, he knows when he should really be slugging and hitting for more power. And in other situations, he really knows when he should be hitting for straight contact. He's a guy that can hit leadoff. He can hit, you know, in the top, in the middle of the order. He can do so much for you. He's truly a franchise player, and I'm unbelievably excited to see him perform with the New York Mets. Do I think the Mets are definitely making the playoffs without jinxing anything, Josh? Yes. What do you think about this outfield, assuming there is a DH? Center field, Khalil Lee, you kind of lost me there. I don't think Khalil Lee is going to be the starting center fielder for the Mets. Could he maybe make the team off the bench? Yes, but I think you're really pushing it to say that Lee would be the starting center fielder. We can maybe move Mauricio to third or second, then move McNeil to third or leave him at second, maybe Beatty. Yes, that's a possibility down the line. I have a feeling that Mauricio will be traded eventually. Not saying right now. If anyone in this chat doesn't like and subscribe to my man Wardy, you must be in some hole in the mall. Oh, you're too funny. Thank you so much, Dominic, for the account support, buddy. Yes, Tebow did retire, Nick. Do I know or went to school with any pro ball players? No, not that I know of. One of my former teachers in high school was a Phillies pitcher at one point, but it was short lived because of injuries. Wardy, what would you give up in order to get Walker as a free agent, Laureano, and Chapman in a trade? And why can't Dominic Smith try some third base out? The last thing the Mets should be doing is trying to prioritize putting Dom in more than the positions that he's already in between first and left field. Dom isn't the most mobile guy. You're probably not looking for too much success if you throw him on third. I think that's even more of a defensive hole, obviously. In regards to Chapman and Laureano, you're giving up an absolute haul for. I honestly can't give you an accurate package right now because it would be more guys than I can even begin to fathom. You're looking at top prospects being parted ways with key guys in the roster. That would be a tough trade. Walker, however, I think if you can land Walker maybe on 2 years, 20 mil, or a 3-year deal with that third year being an option, that'd be great. I really hope for Walker's sake we find out again tonight. So again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to tweet at Taijuan Walker that you guys see here in the pin chat so you know his Twitter. Make sure to tweet at him tonight. Let's try to get him trending. Let's try to get some things sparking up with Taijuan Walker, possibly landing with the New York Mets, as we have seen that reports have indicated that things are getting closer between the two, at least with the Mets showing further interest. Sorry, guys, I'm just checking social media right now to see if there's anything further here about Taijuan Walker. So far, I'm not seeing anything new. Again, it's 8:30. We'll see if maybe things pick up throughout the night. Again, if something does happen tonight, it can really happen at any time. That's what's so hectic about the MLB offseason, even though I know that pitchers and catchers report today, but, moves can still be made. But I will say that, if something does happen, it wouldn't be all that surprising to say it happens within the next 24 hours. I just obviously hope it's tonight, and that's why we're doing this stream. This is kind of wacko. My name is Dominic. Smith's name is Dominic. I'm left-handed. Dom is left-handed. Dominic, are you sure that you're not Dom Smith? That's my question. I think McNeil's the most utility role is their most utility role, playing every day between second, third, and left. I think we're set on position players. You? No, Jose. I think that the Mets are not set on position players. I think that third base is still a worry to an extent. McNeil, while he's great utility, McNeil is a guy that you should be having at second for the most part. The Mets should be in a position where they don't need to toy with McNeil in numerous positions constantly. They should let him rock and just focus on being a second baseman, in my humble opinion. Are the Mets showing interest in J-Ram? As of now, I have not seen anything to further indicate that. The NL is going to be so boring to watch this year since the wild card teams are practically already decided. Braves or Mets, Dodgers or Padres, and Cardinals. Yeah, no, I have a feeling that it's not going to be too hot, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I know. In regards to the NL is going to be so boring. Wait, I think I read that wrong. I apologize. I thought you said NL Central. NL is going to be so boring to watch this year since the wildcard teams are practically already decided. Braves or Mets starters. I think to an extent, but to say it's going to be boring, though, I misread that. I thought you were talking about strictly the NL Central. I don't agree with that opinion at all. I think it's going to be the farthest thing from boring. When you look at the NL East as it is, that is arguably the most competitive division in all of baseball. It's going to be insane all season long. I really want Conforto to be extended. Me too, and I think he will be eventually. I'm doing great, Nick. Happy to have you here, my friend. Who outperforms on this team and who underperforms? I think Alonso, Stroman, Lee Davis, and the bullpen are the question marks. I think that's fair to an extent. I don't think Alonso's too much of a question mark. I think Stroman is a guy that you need to see more out of. JD, I could say, as a question mark. And Lee, however, Lee isn't even a guarantee to have any role with the Mets for the upcoming season. If he does anything significant, that's a plus, but I don't think it's something they're banking on. Heard Walker will decide tonight who will he sign with, but they could be wrong. They also say Jay's pushing hard for Walker. I mean, I'm sure both teams are at this point, so that would not be all that surprising to me. What do you think of Rojas' interview today? Did he sound confident, eager, or nervous? I didn't have a problem with Rojas' interview, honestly. I think Rojas is going to be just fine. I think the Mets are in a perfectly fine spot in regards to Rojas. I don't think it's anything too much to stress about right now. It's a make or break year for him. It's as simple as that. He's going to have a great lineup to work with, so it'll be up to him to just make sure that he utilizes it properly. Also, if Walker gets signed, would he push Lucchesi, Yamamoto, and Peterson out of the rotation? No. Peterson would be in the rotation still. You'd have your 5 there up until Thor comes. Then you figure out what you're doing with one of Walker and Peterson. And then Lucchesi and Yamamoto, as of right now, are either starting the season in AAA, or could one of them at least could possibly be in the pen, should they be willing to do that role, and that the Mets feel that is best for them. Tatis got a 14-year extension? Nah. Oh my. I apologize for the buzzing, guys. I'm hearing something happen outside, I think. I'm actually not even sure what it is. Huh. Oh, it sounded like it was my neighbor, I think. Wow, that's a nuts. Tatis, 14 years, 340 million. Honestly, I know that's an insane length, but in regards to 340, that makes a lot of sense. I think the Padres are going to probably benefit and, more of the short term in regards to that AAV. But that is a ridiculous extension. Holy shit. Wow. That is... What the heck? That's insane. Are you joking? Wow. Padres are smart though. They need to they needed to lock him up. Seriously, but oh my god. Like what? Although Dom has lost some weight, are you not giving him a little less credit for maybe being able to play another position? Oh no. I definitely think that I'm very impressed with Dom. Let's put it that way. I'm very impressed with Dom. I think I want to see Dom thrive. I'm just, defensively still have my concerns. Just wanted to jump on and say hello. What's up, buddy? Yeah, no, it's not the fact that I'm missing the Rangers right now. We know how they're doing right now. I'm waiting to do more content on them because, yeah, things have not been too hot. I have ideas in mind, though, so stay tuned. I appreciate you being here, though, buddy, as always. Do you think the Mets will be outbid again? There's a difference between being outbid and just setting a line that they don't want to go past. So take that as you will, Matt. But again, this might be a situation where if the Mets don't get Walker, that, yes, it's like, okay, they got outbid, which I don't see happening if they really prioritize them enough. That Tatis extension, though. My God. It locks him up until 36. Dude, that's a good contract. That's a good contract. That's not even a bad contract. If you look at how much he's probably going to make in AAV, 14 years at 340, Take that versus what Harper got when Harper was, I think he was, what, 25 or 26 when he signed his deal at $330 million? Or Garrett Cole, for example. You know, that, I know 14 years is a lot, but seriously, that was not even nearly as bad of a contract as what people are thinking for what the market is for a guy like him. He's good till 36. Dude, that's just a jaw-dropping. But it'll probably be worth it. It really will. Tatis is amazing. As long as he can stay healthy, that's all that matters. Like, oh my God, that's insane. Oh yeah, Mark Feinstein just said the following. The craziest thing about Fernando Tatis Jr. signed a 14-year contract, he'll still be just 35 when it's completed. That's just wow. I don't know what else to say, but wow. Just nuts, guys. I'm sorry. I'm still jaw dropped by that. Dominic, trust me. It's a good contract for what the AAV is going to be and what his actual value will be. If he became a free agent a couple years from now, it's different. Let's see. I'm just reading more of your comments, guys. This is a dub for the... I agree. This is a huge dub for the Padres. I know 14 years normally seems like, what the hell are you doing? But given 340 mil over 14 is actually not as bad as what it may look like on the forefront. Just insane. Wow. Jaw drop. That's all I can say, guys. That really sucked the life out of me for a second. It's funny. Someone just said on Twitter to me, live shot at Lindor's agent seeing this Tatis contract. That's funny. Heard an insane so-called prediction by a Mets blogger saying that he knows why the Mets got two outfielders. Supposedly it's indicating. I saw that about Nimmo. Again, only time will tell if something happens with Nimmo. It's actually a good contract until he wants to leave like Harden. Then you have to move him and eat the money. Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, if the Padres have long-term continued success, he ain't going to want to go anywhere. But they literally need to win with Tatis during that contract, at least halfway through, or they're in trouble. I don't think Lindor is going to get 350. I think at most Lindor is going to get 325. I don't know if there's opt-outs in the contract. I haven't looked at the details. But again, guys, if you were just chiming in, thank you all so much for being here. It really does mean a lot. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button as new if you're here new to the channel as well. Help us get to 300 likes and also help us get, guys, to, yes, 6K subs. It really mean a lot. If you're a dire baseball fan and you enjoy kind of consistent Mets content in particular, look no further. So make sure to smash those buttons, guys. It would really mean a lot. Help us get to 300 likes. Yeah, Colin, again, only time will tell. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility to say that Walker doesn't sign tonight. I obviously hope he does, and that's why we're doing Walker Watch. You know, crazier things have happened. If he doesn't sign tonight, I'll be right back up probably sometime tomorrow once we find out some more stuff if it doesn't transpire beforehand. No problem, Anthony. Thank you so much for being here. I haven't seen Walker interact with Mets fans as of today. I think he's actually been more quiet on Twitter. Surprise, surprise, right? That's just I'm still jaw dropped. Oh my god, that's just such an insane extension. Wow. Think of that, guys will be making on his level in 10 years. Oh, I know. It's insane. The market just keeps going up and up. Not having a salary cap is both a blessing and a curse. You know, if you're a team that doesn't have an owner willing to spend, you're literally effed every single year. And there's no other way about it. Doesn't, for the most part, it only matters so much how good you are analytically. Like, look at what the Rays did. They got to the dance in the short season, but they ended up losing to the team with the highest payroll in the Dodgers. Dominic, your Tatis cards are probably way through the roof, I'm sure. Make sure you hold on to them, my friend. Yeah, no, if you guys have rookie Tatis cards, boy, oh boy, are they popping. Yeah, you guys are in great hands. Even though anyone that's been following the MLB knows Tatis cards will be skyrocketing since they came out. Or you think Barry used the Mets to get Dodgers? To an extent, yeah. But again, that's kind of water under the bridge at this point. Yeah, I agree. The Tatis contract will be a huge bargain. I 1,000% agree. He isn't getting 24 every year. It's going to change, Brendan, I'm sure. I don't know exactly how it's structured each year. It's probably at 24 to start out, then it's going to spike, and then it's maybe going to die down. It's going to fluctuate. Regardless, he's making stupid money. But, yeah, no, that's a contract that is going to help the Padres. Oh, I know. Acuna's contract is literally stupid good. Same thing with Albies. They make nothing. John, thank you so much for the dono, my guy. I appreciate you. Guys, hype in the chat for John. I still need some insight as to why we signed Pilar. Sure. First of all, thank you so much again, John. And as of right now, as long as nothing happens in regards to a trade regarding Nimmo or someone, they brought in Pilar to be another strong righty bat that can help in both late in games and left field for guys like Dom, should there not be a DH in place, and also changing things up where when you have Pete on first, you take Pete out, you take Dom from left, position him then to first, and then you put Pilar in that he goes in left. So they have options, but Pilar is a guy that, again, has a strong bat. Decent bat at least, and glove-wise is the best defensive outfielder now for the Mets outside of Conforto. So that one, the rationale behind it, and it just makes this team so much deeper. You know, all these moves are definitely adding up for them in a good way. Are the Mets getting a center fielder or what? As of right now, I don't think it's likely, especially after Pilar. I think they got their center fielder. The only way they're probably considering it still is if they get a DH, and they don't know that yet. Tatis got a full no trade clause. Damn. Looks like the Mets and the Blue Jays are the front runners for Walker. Yeah, it's a good point in regards to his Asian, his thinking behind this. Joel Sherman just tweeted this. The Braves signed Acuna 8 years, $100 million. Think about how much they save themselves by getting ahead of the curve. Exactly. And then think about how much they save themselves getting ahead of the curve of that deal. Now start imagining what it would cost to sign Juan Soto. Yeah, that's a great point by Sherman there. Wow. Fernando Tatis Jr.'s 14-year contract begins in 2021. He gets a full no-trade clause, a signing bonus north of $10 million, and there's no money deferred in the deal. Tatis Jr. becomes the second MVP sports client to land a $300 million deal, joining teammate Manny Machado. There you have it. That went into the agent rationale to an extent. That is just jaw-dropping. Wow. Such a smart move. Again, that's all I can say from their side of things, the Padres. Where does Walker slot in if he signs with the Mets and doesn't leave us? Walker would be a fourth or a fifth starter. Probably more so fourth, as long as they are comfortable with having Peterson as the 5. But if they want to mix things up and have the lefty in there beforehand, before you get all the way to the 5th spot, then he'll be 5th. But I think if they land Walker, he'll be the 4th starter. Can we please re-sign Lindor now? I agree, Matt. I do. But again, I don't think this affects the Lindor market too much. It's different situations, you know. When you're talking about Tatis, he isn't a pending UFA. So, hey, Wardy, I like how this stream was for Walker, and we're talking about potential trades, Tebow retiring to Tatis. Yeah, Ryan, that's normally what happens. We're talking about all the things connecting with the Mets and what's currently happening in baseball. But obviously, the central focus is about Walker, and that is something that I hope does come to fruition, for sure. It'll be awesome, too, if that's like the under-the-radar move tonight after seeing this extension in place with the Padres, you know? Story is going to get a lot. Story is going to get a lot. He's going to easily make $250 plus mil. He should, at least. Isn't Almora best defensive center fielder? No, I think Pilar is still ahead of him defensively, even at the age of 32 now. I think Lindor's AAV is going to be higher than Tatis's. Chance of a blockbuster still, Nolan? I say if it happens, it's strictly just a third baseman. I don't think a starting pitcher is involved. Dominic, are you talking about the games, my friend? Wardy, what's up? How's it going, Michael? I appreciate you being here, buddy. Thoughts on Tebow retiring? It is what it is. I know, talk about an amazing trade. I know Tatis Jr. part of that James Shield trade. Oh my God, that is the risk with trading prospects at the end of the day, right? You know, Juan, I think Lindor is going to get a big extension before he even plays an official game with the Mets, so don't be surprised by that. Oh, camera's blurry. I apologize, guys. I'll fix it. Give me 1 second. I know. Give me 1 second. I'm going to look silly here for a minute as I try to fix it, so bear with me. Oh, wait, I think we're good now. Yeah, we're good. Should be good. Is Walker the only pitcher the Mets are considering right now? No, Odorizzi is on the table also, but they're more intense on Walker as of today. Only a matter of time before Kalanick gets a 14-year deal. Oh, no. Walker, then Rosenthal. Yes, I hope so, Tom. I absolutely do. Again, that's what we're streaming for. We're hoping that we find out something tonight, you know. And if not, then we're going to stream again as soon as possible as we do find out something. Yes, JH. Thank you as always for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. I think we'll get Walker, Rosenthal, another underrated bullpen arm to cap off the offseason. I think that's a fair belief to have, Gavin. I really do. Is third base... If third base is a dead deal for Mets now, I was hoping for a pitcher and a big-time bat and defender. A little disappointed with no big free agent and a blockbuster. I think third base is still an option for the Mets. That's strictly a wait-and-see situation. Honestly. You know, third base is something where I would like to see them upgrade. But if they don't, then I'm going to be surprised. Let's put it that way. You see Walker 17 mil 2 years. Michael, I'm thinking more 20 at least for 2, in my opinion. Why extend Tatis now? Got to get ahead of the curve. That's exactly why you do it now. You just letting Tatis play one more full season can risk you losing dozens upon dozens of $1 million more. That's how good he currently is and is on the verge of getting and becoming. He's already one of the best players in all of baseball. You extend that man as soon as you can. Yes, there's always risks when you do stuff early, but at the end of the day, the risk isn't nearly as much as what the reward is at this point in time for the Padres in this win-now stage that do not want to lose a cornerstone player in what Tatis is showing this early in his career. It's the smartest deal for them, by far. By far. Trust me. If you think the Padres made a dumb move with Tatis right now, again, I have a bridge to sell you, to be quite honest. That was a very smart and strategic move by them. Very much like Acuna when he did the 8-year, $100 million with the Braves. You know how much Acuna would cost in today's market? Getting ahead of the curve is the smartest thing to do when you have young talent like that. You took a photo with Tatis after he got hurt? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Nelson. I appreciate the kind words, buddy. You're not just basing Tatis' performance off of strictly the 60-game season, Michael. You're also doing it off of his rookie year, what pace he was on up until he got hurt. Again, I know you might think it's, a little silly, but from their perspective, it makes perfect sense for them. They could have waited longer, but they would be at far more risk of losing him and also not being able to afford him. Let's put it that way. A Tatis to say a couple years from now in an open market, no way. No way. But again, guys, thank you all so much for being here. It really does mean a lot. Help us get to 300 likes, guys, and help us get a 6K subs. Thank you all so much for the countless support here today. It really does mean a lot. Saw Walker at a 1.27 ERA with the Jays. Do you think he would have been going at the same pace if he didn't get traded? Well, he got traded to the Jays after the fact, Cristiano. He wasn't putting up as strong numbers with the Mariners, but then when he got traded to the Jays, he really was showing out. So I'm not sure what you mean. Hey, Worry, this changes everything. 5 years, $150 million for Conforto and 10-20, $320 for Lindor. I mean, I think you can still push upwards of 7 years for Conforto in my mind. But I think that, in regards to, you're right. You hit the nail on the head with Lindor. I think 10 years around between 315 and 325 makes a lot of sense. Taylor, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Guys, everyone cheer up Taylor. I'm so sorry to hear that, my guy. I appreciate you being here, though. I'm glad that they help you out. But seriously, I'm so sorry to hear that. Guys, let's get some hype in the chat for Taylor, guys. He deserves it. That's some BS I'm seeing that people were being so rude to him. Guys, everyone, let's get some hype in the chat for Taylor, guys. Let's get some Taylor hype here. Taylor hype, guys. Let's get some Taylor hype. I want to see some Taylor hype in the chat, guys. It really means a lot. Guys, I want to see a spam here. Let's go. Taylor hype, baby. Let's get Taylor hype in the chat here. Let's get it from my man. Come on. Absolutely deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. Oh, and thank you so much, as always, Frank. I appreciate you, buddy, for hitting all those like buttons. That's very nice. Yes, Taylor hype indeed. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that. Taylor deserves it. No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. My guy. Seriously, I'm so sorry to hear that, Taylor. That's some BS right there. Trust me, they wouldn't last 2 seconds with all of us. Love it, guys. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you all so much. Yes. Yes. Emma, you broke your back. How did you break your back, Emma? What happened? Awesome, though. Again, appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. You are the best. Yes, Taylor hype indeed. And I live in PA. Yeah, I know. Bullies are the worst. Seriously. Ernie, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you so much as always, Ernie. Yes, Taylor hype indeed. He absolutely deserves it. Again, I can't believe that you had schmucks giving you the wrong words that today that are bullying you. That's just a joke. The fact that people still bully in 2021 is beyond me. So seriously, you're absolutely welcome, Taylor. I'm sorry to hear that, my guy, but I hope that we help cheer you up because you absolutely deserve it. And again, shout, guys, everyone, pat yourself on the back. Everyone that was so kind here in the chat. Thank you all so much for not just Taylor, but for myself and everyone being respectful here. It really means a lot. The only way that we're going to grow this community and the way that we've been growing it so fast is because of each and every one of you being respectful and just having great conversations overall and just being kind to another. So seriously, thank you all so much. Brennan, rightfully so. Taylor's the man. He absolutely is the man. So seriously, thank you all so much. And again, guys, thank you all kindly. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, so bear with me for the 1 minute that I'm gone. In the process, continue to hype up Taylor. And also, guys, I'll just be right back. So thank you again. It really means a lot. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. I know that we lost like 40 people in the process, but that's okay. Again, I appreciate you all kindly, guys. And again, we are still continuing the Taijuan Walker talk as we are doing the Walker Watch live here in hopes of maybe finding out something soon. So again, if it doesn't happen tonight, it is what it is, but we're still going to be rolling. I'm definitely going to be streaming at least for another hour, probably 2, depending on how the night rolls. And again, I really appreciate all you lovely Mets and baseball fans being here as always. So thank you kindly, guys. It really does mean a lot. Bobby, what's up, buddy? And yeah, no, we're doing Taijuan Walker talk because the Mets have shown further interest in Taijuan Walker today. So when you're looking at their starting pitching options through free agency, Walker looks like he's the front runner currently. So that's why we're talking about him. And I really, really hope it happens. If it doesn't happen tonight, again, it is what it is. Then we'll see if it happens maybe tomorrow or going down the line. At least an answer, regardless if it's the Mets or not, right? Who's Walker? First base, I'm wearing baseball. Taijuan Walker's a starting pitcher, Taylor. He's a free agent currently. He's 28 years of age. He's very solid. He's a very strong pitcher. How many live Mets games have I been to, Austin? You know, I don't know off the top of my head, but I've been to a decent amount. Nothing crazy. I'm not a season ticket holder or anything like that, but I've been to a bunch of games. Awesome, Dom. Appreciate you as always. Yes, I know Fernando got the extension. An absolute, just insane. I don't know what else to say about that, truly. Just such an insane extension for Tatis. That's all I gotta say. But guys, I have a question for you. What is your thoughts, basically? First of all, make sure to smash that like button. Help us get to 300 likes, guys. If we get hit at 300 likes in the next half hour, something that would really be tremendous. So make sure to hit those buttons and hit that subscribe button too if you're new to the channel. It'll mean a lot. But guys, what are your thoughts on Taijuan Walker? How do you feel about him? And what do you think the likelihood currently is of him landing with the Mets? Do you like Walker? Do you think that he's the best starting pitching option for the Mets? Or do you prefer, say, an Odorizzi or a trade avenue? Should that still be present to an extent? Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it as always, guys. And again, just thank you so much, as always, for being here. Guys, who do you predict for your third baseman? I predict JD Davis till middle, trade deadline. Daniel, I know a lot of people believe that way. Again, only time will tell, right? Ray, what's up with Walker's pick of the spring training? That was him golfing, William. He was golfing Arizona, which he resides in the offseason. That's all it was. You'd rather Odorizzi? No Walker? I don't know, but hopefully he goes to you guys. Well, thank you, Taylor. I appreciate that, buddy. Low risk, high reward. I agree. Oh, thank you so much for giving us your love, as always. I appreciate that. I don't think Taijuan Walker's overrated. I respectfully disagree. What's up, Adam? Happy to have you here, my guy. Trade for Gray and Suarez. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome if that option is still present. You want Walker? We need Chapman. I'm talking about pitchers. Rangers are not doing too hot, Taylor. They're not doing too hot. Rory, what's your input on what's going on with AU Wendy Suarez and Sonny Gray? Nothing outside of what we saw from Mike Puma back a week ago, stating how, yes, the Mets have shown interest in Suarez and Bryant, but then part of the reason that those talks stalled was because of them asking for Francisco Alvarez, the Mets' top prospect. What's up, Oscar? Happy to have you here. And what's the score of the Knicks game? Now I'm curious. Season ticks are fun, but daunting because you feel obligated to go all the time. Did it in 2016 with a newborn, unhappy wife. Yeah, no, I understand. You need to make sure that you are able to go or willing to go, first of all. Yeah, exactly. Not sure, but we need another starter and bullpen arm as well. I completely agree with you, Michael. Brandon Drury will win third base as the hottest take of the offseason by far. Knicks down 15. Oh, you hate to see it. Padres definitely committed fraud to get all of this money. That's not true at all, Ellis. How expensive will the Tatis Jr. baseball rookie card go for? Because I have his rookie platinum card. I don't know. I would Google it if I were you right now. It was like being at the drive in the 70s and need to go to the bathroom. Your timing is spot on. That's so funny. Dominic, you're awesome, buddy. I love you. That is just great. Rory Taylor should take a sock of butter, berries, and hit the bullies. No. Don't just be all for violence, right? We don't even know the details, all right? I just hope that doesn't continue. Tyler, do you think Blue Jays and Mets will likely split one of Walker or Odorizzi? I think that's very much a possibility. I think Odorizzi, if he doesn't go back to the Twins, I think he's going to go to the AL East. Whether that's the Rays, the Red Sox, or the Jays has yet to be seen. Speaking of hot takes, what's yours currently? Mine currently? My hot take currently is probably that the Mets... my hot take probably right now would be Chapman. That would probably be the hot take. That they actually get a Chapman deal done. And Taylor, thank you so much, guy. I appreciate you as always. Oh, Fred, thank you so much, buddy. I love you too. I appreciate you being here. And no, you're the best, Mets BB. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Does Tatis change the Lindor extension? I don't think nearly to the degree that some people are thinking. Tatis wasn't a rental. You know what I mean? It's a different situation. The only reason why people are comparing the two is because Tatis is a shortstop. That's all it is. I don't think it affects too much in regards to Lindor. What team do I like in the American League? The White Sox. Oh, thank you so much, David. I appreciate you. And yes, David, you hit the nail on the head. You're absolutely right. I couldn't have said it better. You're absolutely right. He's not the type to break any news, usually, no. He's the one to just repeat anything else. It's kind of similar to me, because I'm not a guy that has sources. I follow sources. Those are my sources, if that makes sense. You're not going to be catching me break anything. You know what I mean? If Chapman goes to the Mets, I'll streak opening day. I hope you do, Joe. I really hope that comes to fruition. That'd be amazing. I'll shat myself if they get Chapman. Cristiano, don't get frustrated over the Bryant deal. Don't. It's okay. Seeing all the uncertainty at center and left and third upsets me. I understand that. I really do. I do. Again, I think the Mets are still going to address things here. To what degree? When it comes to these defensive holes, you know, we're gonna find out eventually. We're gonna find out answers before opening day. This has been an insane offseason. Now that it's reached a close, the Mets are still not done with their moves. I don't think this affects much with the Lindor contract. What's the latest on Walker, Robert? Earlier today, it was reported through SNY that the Mets are basically prioritizing Walker as their top target through their pitching options in free agency. So I think that could be telling of something happening soon. There's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors going out there on social media. We might find out about Walker soon. He's been active on Twitter, on social media as well, to kind of be hinting at certain things as to, maybe a decision coming. But no less, I'm excited. I think that we're going to find out about Walker this week, no less. What did I have for dinner? I had salmon. Love you too, Nick. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Wow, Knicks got spanked by Orlando. That's insane. Tatis had his arbitration years bought out. His post-arbitration AAV will affect Lindor. It might to an extent, William, now that you say that, but again, I don't think it's going to be too drastic. I really don't. I would love for the Mets to get Trevor Rosenthal, and it's really exciting to see that they're actually showing interest in him. Joseph, nothing has happened as of now. No, things have actually been fairly quiet, which is unfortunate. I have a feeling that with my luck, when I end tonight's stream, maybe we'll find out something. Regardless, so I think I'm going to probably go tonight's stream until 10. I'm not going to go crazy late tonight. I'm going to go to probably right around 10, and then we'll go from there. So, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button as always. Please help us get a 300 likes. It would really mean a lot. And also help us get a 6K subs for the next short-term goal on the channel. Also would really mean a lot, guys. And again, I'm all for Taijuan Walker. He's a guy that I would be very happy about as a Mets fan. I want to have that reaction. I want to actually break something more exciting than just step moves for the Mets as they are really coming down with their final moves as the season is approaching and spring training beginning. And I really hope that happens. And whenever it does, I'm going to be here and share it with you guys live. So I'm really excited for it. And Mets BB, what do you mean help? What are you talking about? Ernie, yeah, no, trust me. Me having salmon tonight was a once in a blue moon occasion. I'm normally just eating Chick-fil-A like no tomorrow. Because Chick-fil-A is like the best fast food chicken. And you can't tell me otherwise. Even though Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich is a banger, it's just not close enough to my house to get it consistently. Padres infield of Hosmer, 144 mil. Hassan Kim, 28 mil. Tatis Jr., 340 mil. Machado, 300. Wow. That's insane, David. That's insane, David. The Padres have literally an infield that's north of $1 billion in total contracts. Obviously not all right now, but that's jaw-dropping. Wow. That's such a cool... I love the fact that you brought those numbers up. That's great. Oh, I think regardless, I felt that I was guaranteeing that Lindor was getting 300 mil. No one should be surprised that he'll be getting at least 300. Do I live on Long Island? No. I'm originally from there, though. I live in Pennsylvania now. Walker and Rosenthal and we would be good. I agree, Michael. I agree. I really hope that comes to fruition. Nothing is guaranteed with Lindor. Granted, Juan, trust me, Lindor is a guy who has proven himself already. The Mets would be foolish to really wait out and try to extend him. With all due respect, trust me, Lindor has proven himself. They did not trade him to wait last minute to try extending him, let alone extend him at all. They're going to do all they can to extend him long term, and rightfully so. Lindor's a franchise talent. Doesn't matter that he hasn't played a game with the Mets yet. He's 27 years of age, prime of his career, with still plenty to give. You know, Lindor's a possibility where we still have yet to see the best of him, and that's very enticing. And yes, guys, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. As always, if you're new, it always does mean a lot, guys. Again, if you're new and you're a diehard Mets fan like me, consider smashing those buttons. Help us get a 6K subs, and also help us get to 300 likes. It really mean a lot. You're back from work. Awesome, buddy. And no, there's been nothing further on Walker, actually. I'm going to be going to stream until 10 tonight, and I'll probably be cutting it close there because I am pretty tired tonight. But again, that also gives me the ability to wake up early and be ready in case if anything happens, either tomorrow, if it doesn't happen, say late tonight. Yes, Brendan, time does go fast when you're having fun. Absolutely. That's the story of these live streams. It's the only reason why I'm able to do them as long as I normally do. Like when I did the 8-hour live stream, I don't even know how I did that, but you know, time does fly. I love James McCann with the Mets. Absolutely love him. The Tatis card is worth 30. Are you saying $34.99? Or are you saying 34, basically 35 grand? Is that what you're saying, Michael? Why did they name it City Field? It could have been named Wardy Field and Flush Wardy, Queens. I'm back for 10. That's so funny, Taylor. I'm wondering the same thing. I really am, right? There's still time for them to fix it. McCann's just a stud. I'm so happy, McCann. I really am. Philly cheesesteaks or New York pizza? It's probably the most insulting question I've ever been asked, Chris. New York pizza is not even close. Philly cheesesteaks are literally pond scum in comparison to New York pizza. Seriously. Yeah, I'm very happy with the offseason. It just seems like by now Rojas and the Mets should have at least some sort of plan with the guys we have. Someone like Chapman will help solve some questions. You're not wrong. Definitely not wrong. We had fun in the 8-hour live stream. We went over a bunch of topics. I know. I don't even recall them, Isaac. That's how crazy that day was. Basically 35 grand. Insane. Who's going to be Mets offensive MVP this year? I'm going with Dom. I'm going with Lindor. Like Walker, maybe 50% chance. I think that's fair to say, around 50% at least right now. Mets make a move. As of right now, they have not made a move. No, but they have shown further interest in Walker today, which is exciting. Which could be telling that something is coming soon. That's why we're doing Walker Watch here. I would love J-Ram. I really would. Do I like buffalo chicken, macaroni and cheese? I like buffalo chicken sandwiches, especially. I'm not a huge buffalo mac fan, but it's not terrible. Love you too, Dom. 5 a.m. comes early. New York pizza any day of the week. Oh, of course. Of course. It's not even a question. Sound Bleacher reported that the Mets are showing interest in Jeremy Jeffries. Nothing in Rosenthal, though. Maybe he wants to close, and that means he's out of the Mets. I don't think the Mets are out on Rosenthal. The Mets have shown interest in both of them. The Mets showed interest in Jeremy Jeffries going back over a month ago, according to Mark Feinsand for the MLB. So take that as you will. Mets offensive MVP, Jeff McNeil. I like that. Good pick. All right, have a great night, Dominic. Thank you so much for being here as always, buddy. Always appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Have you heard the Mets are planning to hire David Wright? No, I have not. I don't think Wright's going to be with anything with the Mets for a couple years still, if at all. What's up, everybody? Big Mike from Long Island here. Pumped for the season. Love channel. Thank you so much, Big Mike. I appreciate you for being here. It really does mean a lot, my friend. Yeah, no, we're all pumped too. Trust me. You know, this Mets chat, the channel overall has been popping off so much because we're all just so pumped getting ready for the season. I would love Rosenthal too. I would. Absolutely. Walker, Rosenthal, still a third base option. Still sign me up. That's what I'm hoping for. The Indians trade J-Ram to the Mets. I really think Fuzzy would just upload a video of him crying. Oh, absolutely. If that were to happen, I would hit up Fuzzy right away. I'm saying, Fuzzy, we needed to get this video done right now. Not of him crying, of us talking about the trade. Do we have to forget the Gray Suarez deal? No, I don't think we have to forget it. I just, you know, if the Mets acquire Walker, for instance, or a different type of starting pitcher, that makes the likelihood of them doing that type of blockbuster far less likely. Because then you're just focusing more on third base at that point. Which could still happen, but the starting pitching aspect through trade doesn't seem as realistic then. Is that a spring train jersey? No, Robert, it's not. It's the Mets alternate blue ones. But that is basically, in essence, what they're wearing in spring training, yes. Would I be in favor of a trap trade? Anyone would, but it's never going to happen. How do I feel about the Chris Bryant rumors? I think, you know, Hoyer stated what I expected him to, that yes, we're not trying to part ways with our MVP caliber third baseman and Chris Bryant. The last thing he would do is put more salt in the wound as spring training is starting up, so he's trying to close down any of the rumors that have been around, even though in reality the Mets have been in talks with them about Bryant. It just, as of right now, it hasn't happened because they're probably asking for too much. That being the Cubs. No problem, Lefty. Happy to have you back. Oh, thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, I'll show you guys too. I have like basically quote unquote fake jerseys too, but I love them so much because they're black jerseys, so they're like alternates. I got not too long ago. So I have the Piazza one here, as you guys can see, which is just dope, especially for the price I got them for. You can't go wrong. So you got the Piazza jersey one right here, and then I also have the Lindor one right here too. That is for my girlfriend. And then I'll get her an actual, when they come out with the official blacks, I'll probably get them. But in the meantime, I went with the unofficial ones. So, but yeah, take that as you will. So on MLB Network that the Cubs GM said they're going to see. Yeah, no, Pat. Yeah, we've addressed that plenty here on the channel. Yeah. Yes, I did see. We talked about Tatis plenty. Yep. Thoughts on Tebow? It is what it is. Wishing him all the best. And Tatis, yeah, a really smart contract for the Padres. Yeah, the black jerseys will be brought back. I do believe that will happen. I just hope Cohen's back on social media, man. It was so fun to actually interact with him. Any news on Chapman? No, nothing further, really. Cubs tonight talks on Bryant. Guess it will happen then. That's one way to look at it. Yep. What's good, Brian? Happy to have you, my guy. We're going to be going for at least another half hour, so pop a squat, get yourself comfortable. No David Wright? Oh, I have David Wright, and that's actually shout out to my guy. Dominic. Dominic sent me an amazing David Wright jersey that I've shown you guys before, but I'm just waiting to get a show box for it. Same thing with the Bill Buckner and dual autograph jersey with Mookie Wilson that my guy Joe sent me. But yeah, no, Dominic a week or two ago sent me this amazing David Wright jersey that I'm going to be putting a show box on the wall behind me, and it's just phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. You can clearly tell that he's had his fair, use out of it, which is awesome. I love that. But on top of it all, it also has here, which is what makes this jersey so important, the inaugural season in 2009 for when the Mets first landed with Citi Field after they took down Shea. So that is what really makes this jersey stand out the most. It's the fact that it is part of the inaugural season, and I love everything about it. So again, shout out to my guy Dom. I know that he left the chat now. He went to bed. But yeah, no, such an awesome jersey though. Josh, you should not be suspicious about Tatis and Lindor. There's no connection there. Are you a fan of anybody in our farm system? Absolutely, MB. I highly recommend you check out my video I did today on Francisco Alvarez. I broke down his entire game and why he's so coveted by the Mets currently. But yeah, no, I like a lot of the Mets prospects. I do. Matthew Allen, Brett Beatty, Mauricio to an extent, Crow Armstrong. Plenty to like there. Khalil Lee, their most recent guy that they acquired. Trevor Rosenthal would be a phenomenal pickup. I completely agree. And thank you all so much, guys. We hit 100 likes. Thank you all kindly. And again, Mets fans, as always, if you are new, please make sure to smash that like and subscribe button as always if you haven't. It really does mean a lot, and it really does go a long way. So make sure to hit those buttons. Help us get a 6K subs. We're trying to get there as much as we can. And Anthony, yes, I do have a P.O. Box, my friend. You can actually check it out in the description down below in this live stream as we speak. So if you just go in the description, I have my P.O. Box available. And thank you kindly for just considering it regardless. Yeah, word. Yeah, let me know what you think about the Alvarez video whenever you check it out. Just let me know in the comments. Yeah, guys, I definitely plan on doing a lot more prospect talk throughout the offseason. Spring train, I should say. I'm going to be doing a lot of various content. So just stay tuned. Great things are coming. Yes, we got 310 likes. Awesome. Awesome, Ernie. My Lindor jersey is actually, I think I have it at a small because the normal MLB jerseys like fit me perfectly. Oh, and thanks so much, my man. I appreciate you. I'm originally from New York. I'm originally from Long Island, but I lived in Pennsylvania most of my life. But again, I appreciate all you guys being here as always. Sucks that we might not have an answer on Taijuan Walker tonight. With my luck, it might actually happen after this live stream is done. But, I'm going to cut things off right around the 3-hour mark because I got to get some sleep. Some bad weather coming as well, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have to be, have to focus on doing some snow blowing tomorrow. So we got to rest up and everything. Just imagine Tatis ending up an average shortstop. He's already beyond average, Miss K, honestly. The way he's done in such a short time should not be overlooked. You're a Dynasty Fantasy guy, so I'm always looking for minor league players. Oh, I feel that for sure. Yeah, no, we'll be talking about plenty of them here on the channel. Can you do a video on Matthew Allen? Yeah, I will definitely be talking about Matthew Allen, Matt. Don't you worry. What's my thoughts on JT Ginn? Honestly, I don't have enough for you currently, Anthony. He's a guy that I'm looking forward to deep diving more because I don't have as strong of a knowledge as others do on JT in particular. Yeah, Mike Piazza's the GOAT. Absolutely. Are you planning to move to Pittsburgh? Nice, nice. I'm a Steelers fan, so take that as you will. I've heard great things. I've never been to Pittsburgh. I definitely plan to within the next year, though. I heard it's really nice there. Other than it just being freezing. I don't know. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate you. Walker's a 4 or 5 starter. Not sure how that's exciting. How's that not exciting? The Mets need a 4 or 5. They need to round out the rotation. Walker's a 2 or 3 and a lot of rotations in the MLB, but he'd be a 4 or 5 for the Mets given how deep they are. I'm not sure what isn't enticing and exciting about that, my friend. Yeah, Murphy retired. Yep. Tatis, let's go. I know, such an insane deal. Piazza's in the Hall of Fame. Oh, thank you so much, David. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, that was very humbling to see Joe shout me out like that. I really did appreciate that. You know, I hope the Steelers get JJ, but again, I'm not going to go on a tangent about football here. What's up, Waffle? How's it going, my friend? Appreciate you being here. You would love Devers? I don't see Devers going anywhere, Robert. I would love him too, but he's too young. I just don't see the Red Sox giving up on him. They're still trying to compete, actually. Looking back, who do you think won the R.A. Dickey trade? Oh, it's not even a question. The Mets won that trade, I'd say. Darno and Syndergaard for sure. I know Tatis has a full no-trade clause. Do I think... who do I think signs Miller if he leaves Denver? I honestly don't know, Matt. When it comes to, you know, like NFL free agency and what teams' current demands are in regards to positions, that's something that I don't have as much of a knowledge on currently as I do with like the baseball. Michael, look at you, the little chef over here. I love it. That's funny. I think because Walker came up kind of young, people have forgotten about him. He isn't an ace, but he is a great arm to add. Oh, absolutely. Depth does win championships, no doubt. It would bring a lot to them. Oh, it's Germ. Oh, what's up, Germ? Happy to have you here, buddy. I appreciate you watching. What are you up to tonight? Are you hanging out with Zeke and everyone? What are you doing? Do you not have school tomorrow, Germ, or do you have online at home? I'm just wondering, if we get Taijuan Walker, what number will Mr. Met wear? Good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it depends if Walker would, say, be double-digit zeros or 99, right? Out of all the guys we got this offseason, who could become R.A. Dickey type success from nothing to Cy Young type? I mean, that, you know, those things are kind of once in a blue moon. But I think a guy that a lot of Mets fans need to keep an eye on, not that Cy Young or anything, because he would be in the bullpen more than likely, but just a guy that it was such a sneaky move by the Mets that not many people are understanding until you deep dive him, is Sam McWilliams. If you guys do not know who Sam McWilliams is, I highly recommend you do your homework on him. He is a guy that has the potential to really be a surprise in the bullpen and is strictly analytics type look for the Mets. And I love that about them. You know, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go further than that because I plan on talking about him, but Sam McWilliams. Keep an eye out for Sam McWilliams. Oh, yeah. Story ain't coming to the Mets. Yeah, that's a pipe dream, I'd say. Taijuan Walker sign, are you getting his jersey? If he signs for more than a year, maybe. And obviously he has performed well, but I like Taijuan Walker as a person too. So, yeah, if he does 99 or like double zeros, yeah, it'll be a clean look, no doubt. I'd be interested. Who has a better season, Gazelman or Castro? I'm taking Castro. McWilliams looks like Thor? Maybe a little bit. No problem, Germ. That's the Thor lookalike. Yeah, two Knicks. Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to ask to donate and ask for money. You're funny, Germ. Is JD Davis real? Ricky, why are you making the silly comments? I don't understand. You're acting like you're acting like we don't know this currently. Let's see here. By the way, speaking of PA, imagine getting JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper, former MVP. Mets still do better than the Phillies. Yikes. That's a fair point. It really is. Let me see here. I know it's not Mets, but what do you think about Lorenzo Cain this year? I mean, it is Mets in the sense if they go for him. Cain is solid. Cain is a guy that I actually had as is a possible option at center field for the Mets, basically up until this point. You know, yes, he's up there in age still, but even at like age 35 now, Cain still has speed. Cain still has a really strong bat when it comes to contact hitting. He's still very much a valuable player in the MLB. No problem. Have a great night, Juan. As always, thank you so much. And same thing to you, Joe. Have a great night. Again, I appreciate all you guys that have been here. It really does mean a lot, guys. Thank you kindly. And thank you, Germ. I appreciate that. Germ, as you can see, we have spammers in here. This tends to happen every once in a while. Let's see here. Wardy, move back the fences. Braun still plays baseball? No, I think he said he's done. Do I live stream every Wednesday? It varies. It varies. There will be more structure, though, as we get in the season, because I will have a routine for when I do actually live stream during games, too. But I live stream every week, for the most part, on just various days, depending on the topics of discussion. And normally, whenever the Mets trader signs someone, I like to live stream it and share my initial reaction and give you everything there is to know as it's happening live versus, say, doing a separate video about it. I think that gets a farther reach out to people, and people tend to enjoy it more. All right, Thomas. I gotta remove that, Thomas. Okay, just because let's not be rude here. Okay, even if we're in disagreement or something, we shouldn't be making those comments. So okay, I'm just telling you that right now. I was kind of glad we didn't bring back Justin Turner. I mean, I think Turner would have been awesome. I really do. But I on short term on a 1 or 2 year deal. But you know, again, long term commitment would have been an issue there. I don't think if the Mets landed him, I don't think it would have been long term. But you know, that's just my thoughts. Well, I live out of state for my MLB team, so I normally just buy the package and do it through mobile. You're going to Florida for a baseball tournament? Good luck, Lefty. I hope you do well, buddy. You're playing with Nino? Nice. Tell Nino and Zeke I said hi. What do you think the Phillies have potential this year? I think the Phillies have potential to be the 4th best team in the division. Yeah, that's what I think the Phillies have. DeGrom, Thor, Cookie, McCann, Alonso, McNeil, Lindor, Conforto. This is why we're making depth moves. Absolutely. 100%. Besides Walker and Rosenthal, any players you are surprised is still a free agent? Surprised? Odorizzi. Odorizzi's a guy I am surprised about. Outside of that, not too much. I mean, Puig has always been a surprise, even though I understand why people feel hesitant about him. But, yeah, Odorizzi I feel pretty surprised about still. JBJ to an extent, but I know the DH factor is going in hand with that. Who would you rather keep if we trade a center field prospect? Armstrong or Lee? Armstrong. You know, Armstrong is only 18 and Lee's like what, 21 now, right? They're different. Like Lee, that's why he could hit the lead this year. But Armstrong, I think that there's still more actual long-term upside there. Oh, Nolan, thank you so much for being here, buddy. I really appreciate you guys. All of you I really appreciate as always. I think Nito's going to be fine. I think Nito's actually going to do really well this year because he's going to be in a limited role. McCann's going to take the bulk of the work. But defensively, the Mets are really set when it comes to catching. I'm very happy about that. Who is the most obscure Mets player you can think of that you liked? Most obscure? I love Neil Walker. I don't think he's most obscure, though. James Loney to an extent. I liked Loney for the short stint. But I really liked Neil Walker at first for the Mets. I did. Him and Asdrubal Cabrera. I get it. They're not really that obscure, but like I did enjoy them a lot. Fun fact: when Tatis Jr.'s contract ends, the Mets will still have 1 year left to pay Bobby Bonilla. That's all you need. That is a fun fact. Where do I think Cespedes is going? I think he's going to either the Orioles or he's going back to the A's. And yes, I saw Harvey went in a minors deal to the Orioles. Am I going to post a predictions video? Something along those lines will come eventually. Yes, James. It might be a collaborated effort too. Hint, hint. If Conforto wants to test free agency, do you entertain a trade or do you wait it out and get into a betting war next winter? If you have to risk a betting war, I think you absolutely do it. Conforto is my favorite New York Met. He's the last guy I want to see go anywhere. So with saying that, I do have some bias, but I think Conforto has a crucial part to this organization going forward. Thank you so much, Brad. As always, I appreciate you. Have a great night, my friend. No problem. Have a great night, Germ. I appreciate you stopping by. No school tomorrow, baby. Yes, Cristiano. I remember the days where I was hyped about snow days. Those were the times. Yes, I did see the Tatis deal, Dave. Yep. Sign off. Thank you so much for being here, Brendan. As always, I appreciate you. Oh, trust me. Trolls happen almost every single stream. They're the least of my concerns. Trust me. Let's see. I wonder what they're gonna offer Cespedes. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I don't even know what shape he's in either. And quite frankly, I really don't care. So it goes both ways, right? What can we expect from Dom? Should he be in the lineup? We can expect Dom to be a really consistent hitter and hopefully have a breakout year for the Mets fully throughout the season. Dom's bat is phenomenal. And if his shortened season was telling of anything, then it means that great things are still ahead. Thank you so much, Michael, as always. Have a great night, my friend. I appreciate you. And again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Help us get a 400 likes. Get some hype in the chat. We're always going to overpower the trolls that come in and spam stupid nonsense in the chat. That ain't stopping us. Are you kidding? We're almost at 6K subs because we don't let stupid fools like them get in the way. Like, look at this, Braves Central, a Braves fan. Oh, wow, good one. Good one, my friend. I expect nothing less. That's cute. Okay, let's see here. Will Keith Breen into the booth this year? Oh, what? Is that his cat? That's his cat's name, right? Isn't that his cat's name? That'd be really cool if he did. Not gonna lie. Will you lock up Pete in the next couple of years? Yes. If we get Walker and Thor comes back, where does that leave Peterson? That's a good question, Ricky. That is. And that's a good problem to have. So I think that is something where you're going to evaluate it when the time comes. And basically, whoever is the least performing among those starting pitchers for the most part is the one that gets the boot. And Lefty, I appreciate. Trust me, Lefty. If I gave a damn about people being stupid, I wouldn't be a YouTuber. You know, you're in this for the big picture and to have a fun time. The last thing you're gonna do is, you know, acknowledge those. You got a new subscriber. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. What's the best way to find out about live streams? It will be through my community tab, my friend. That is where I usually will, unless there's something breaking where I don't have time to tell you in a couple hours in advance. For the most part, it'll be in the community tab. And no, you're the best, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And again, thank you all so much who have chimed in tonight. It's great. Guys, we're at the final 10 minutes here in tonight's stream, so make sure to get your final thoughts in and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're new, help us get a 400 likes and help us get a 6K subs. It really mean a lot. You have the best New York Mets channel. Oh, thank you so much, Bill. That really does mean a lot to me, my friend. Thank you kindly. I'm just a Mets fan like you, so it always means a lot. Machias, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the kind words. Happy to have you here. Are we still pursuing Chapman? Leo, I don't think that's died down. I just don't know how significant that's ever been. Best thing to have is depth. Absolutely. I completely agree, Anthony. What's the word on Walker? The word on Walker is that the Mets are pursuing him as their top target through free agency, through the pitching market as of now. Yes, absolutely. I think the Mets had to address the bullpen regardless, but now it's more of a priority than ever. Do you think Thor could be a beast in the pen? Yes, but will he? No. No. I don't think Thor is going to be a reliever anytime soon. Oh, thank you so much, Daryl. I appreciate you, buddy. Adding more bullpen pieces won't hurt, but it isn't much more needed in my opinion. That's fair, Brian. I think bullpen is always key to adding depth, especially with Lugo out. That is a big blow. And, you know, you can't, I don't know how much you can bank on guys like Familia and Betances still. So I do think bullpen is still a priority, personally. Oh, thank you so much, my man, especially being a Jays fan. That really does mean a lot. Yeah, again, only time will tell. The Jays still look like they have a strong chance. So, again, I'm excited to see what happens with Walker, no less. Gourmet at third, as starting, no, that ain't happening. Huge dub for Tatis. Yeah. Honestly, it's a bigger dub for the Padres. What's good, Ethan? Happy to have you here, my guy. Mets get Walker. What do you trade Thor to stockpile the farm and make Pearson the 5? As of now, no. I think you still try to keep Thor. And thank you so much for the kind words, Ken. I appreciate you as well. We don't need Brian or Guillorme. We don't need Brian or Chapman at third. We have Guillorme. I guess that's true. You definitely hit the nail on the head there, Blake. Oh no, you're the best, James. Thank you. Quality over quantity in the bullpen. 100%. I'd assume that JD's been working on his defense all offseason, given everything we've been saying. He absolutely should. Well, no problem. Again, thank you so much, my man, Big Mike, right, for coming on the channel. It means a lot. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you here growing the community with us. Again, we're only, what, two and a half months into this thing. This channel is still just a baby. So, yeah, great things are coming, I assure you. I feel I would trust Walker more than Rosenthal. He's kind of old, and Walker is still good and youngish. Yeah, I agree, Brian, but again, they're two different positions. I think if the Mets can get both, and I know they can, at least try their hardest to, then they should. While I stream the first spring training game, I'm not sure, TJ. Will I be your brother, please? That's funny. Yes, the Mets originally shown interest in Jeffries going back to mid-January. That isn't anything new, actually. It's just being reaffirmed here by Anthony DeComo now. Who's my favorite player in the bullpen? Honestly, up until he got hurt, I would probably say Lugo. We've hit 5.4K subs. Awesome, awesome. That means we're so close to 5K, 5.5K, which means we're also very close to 6K. Awesome, yeah. Very excited. I'm hoping to hit 6K hopefully soon, but I know that we will eventually because this community is popping off and growing amazing, and I have all you to thank for it. The Mets should. I've heard a lot of people talking about Marquez. Yeah, he's an interesting pick. Alonso working out at third base. I have not seen that. Oh, thank you so much, Mets BB. I appreciate you. We don't need an absentee batting coach this year. Has Brad Hand signed anywhere? Yes. He signed with the Nationals on a one-year deal because he wanted a solidified closing role, and that's what the Nationals gave him. 6K before opening day. Oh, absolutely. I have high hopes that we can push upwards of 10K before opening day with the kind of content I'll be creating. Did you see how good Thor looked? I know. Thor looked like he was ready to go, honestly. I know he's not. Do I think Rosenthal's a better closer than Diaz? Not necessarily. Especially because, I mean, well, if you scratch 2019, Diaz has been, arguably the best closer in baseball. It just 2019 was rough. 2020 was a lot better. He has some of the nasty stuff out there too. So I think there's still plenty of hope with Diaz. I still have my concerns with him closing games. I need to see it past a 60-game season to believe it. Let's put it that way. But again, guys, with saying that is going to close out tonight's stream. So thank you all so much for chiming in. Again, Walker has not been announced to go to either the Mets or the Jays or any team yet. But whenever that does happen, we will definitely be touching on it here on the channel, I assure you. So seriously, thank you all so much. Make sure to get that like and subscribe button in. As always, it really does mean a lot, guys. And thank you all so much for the countless support. This was such a fun stream. I'm looking forward to probably streaming tomorrow. I'd assume that we're going to find out some news tomorrow now that we haven't seen it tonight, at least. At the time of recording this. So yeah, no, thank you so much, guys. Now we're going to end the stream the only way I know how, but I hope you all have a great rest of your night.
Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue. So hurry up and come on down. 'Cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell! Give 'em a hand! And let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life. Because the Mets are really stopping the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side. Everybody's coming down to meet the